Hello everyone and welcome to the Deep Blue. I'm sorry for being a tad bit late for the countdown. I suddenly forgot how to make ice cubes, which is stupid, but I did that. I forgot how to make ice cubes, guys. I forgot how the little what do you call it? What do you call that shape? What do you call an ice cube shape thing? Like an ice cube tray? There's a name for it. Oh fuck, my brain is not braining right now. Maybe I need to drink first before my brain works. Hello everyone and welcome back to the Deep Blue. Are! Uni, thank you for the super chat. Super chat, arigato. So early in the stream too. Oh my god. Thank you. No, there's a word for it. That shape of like, you know, the waffle shape. Is it a matrix? No, it's not a matrix. Is it a matrix? Anyway, thank you, Uni, for the contribution towards the Deep Blue. I am well, and I hope you guys are well too. And everyone, welcome back to the Deep Blue. I am Noira, the Sea Fox that sells escapism and daydreams. No, don't worry about it, guys. I think I'm just being weird. I was stuck in traffic for 1 hour, and I worked very hard today, mostly for my upcoming debut for you guys, and I got everything done in like 2 days, so my brain is kind of fried. So it's been tiring, and you know, like that sort of your eyes kind of hurt because of the glare of the PC and stuff like that. That's what's happening to me right now, but it's okay. We have whiskey, so I'm happy. But welcome back to the Deep Blue, guys. Thank you for queuing up. I'm sorry for being a tad bit late, but it's good to have you guys back here, and thank you for waiting on me. Let me greet you guys who got here. Let's see. Who do we have here? We have Uni, who's actually the first on YouTube side, followed up by Ikazen, who's actually the first on Twitch. And I see Decatonics, Wapper, Siberian Kumar, Jacob Harrison, Ayo I Like Cheese, and Captain Thomas, and Tetsu, and Kyle, and Nami, and then Quinton, I see you, and Ivan as well. And Time, and Genjutsu-sama, of course, and Rift Strider, I see as well. It's not a cube, by the way. Tinuki High, did I miss any names? Kira Kane. Oh, a lot of you guys are here today. Are you guys looking forward to whiskey as much as I am? And I say cactus too. No, there's a name for it. Fuck, I'm gonna look it up. What do you call? Wait, honeycomb? That's not honeycomb. Whatever. I'm gonna forget it. I don't give a shit anymore. I don't want that shit to like plague me to the ends of the earth until I can't sleep. But no, I think what I'm thinking of is not the trapezoid, but like I have no idea what the word is right now. So let's just ignore it and forget I ever said that. Okay. But how are you guys doing today? It is the end of the week, and of course today is a nice yap and whiskey and jazz soda stream. So are you guys ready for your almost end of week drink? And of course, please, in moderation, even if it's coffee, even if it's like non-alcoholic, in moderation, please. Especially if there's sugar in it, let's do it in moderation, hey? One day there will be so many of us, Noira won't be able to welcome everyone. I hope that day never comes. I hope that even when there's a lot of people, I can still greet everyone. Maybe I'll turn on slow mode or something like that. But yeah, I'll try. I'm still gonna always try my best. Ones who are eating cheese and those who are not eating cheese. I mean, a lot of things are binary in that sort of way, if you want to think about it that way. Tentacion, thank you. Thank you for the follow. Welcome to the Deep Blue. Welcome. Did you sleep well yesterday? I did. I actually slept well because I was so fucking tired. I was so tired, guys, last night. You guys obviously know that I don't really do streams that are over 3 hours. So doing that for over 3 hours, that for me was like I ended at like 1 a.m, meaning I slept at like 1:15 or something like that. I was so tired. So I slept well just because I was very tired. But mouthwashing was fucking crazy, man. Anyway, guys, prep your drinks so I can like cheers with you guys because I want to drink my drink. I've been waiting for like the end of the week so I can drink. Elliot, thank you for the follow. Welcome to the Deep Blue. Welcome. Mouthwash is a curse? No, but I see the appeal of it. Mouthwash has a lot of interesting topics that I think if you were you wouldn't engage in talking about if it is not presented before you. Cookie Monster tea latte sounds amazing. Is it blue colored? For this lady at random, she speaks legit truth about mouthwashing or about cheese. Or what are you talking about? Of one of my videos. But if you're new here, welcome. Let me introduce myself again. I am Noira, the sea fox that sells escapism and daydreams. And in general, I talk a lot about life. I yap about so many different topics depending on what media I tend to consume for the day or the week. So my most loaded yaps are on Tuesday, but end of week, like Thursday, I end up having a lot of life thoughts that are mostly related to general work day life. So my Tuesday yaps and my Thursday yaps are quite a contrast. So Thursday, it is Thursday at where I am too. But it's like, and let's just assume it's end of week because I don't really stream on Friday, you know, because I still want to go out with my IRL friends. All right, you guys ready? Let's cheers, shall we? I have stock here. You here? I have it ready. Shall we? Here. Cheers, guys. Cheers. Let me sip on my whiskey. Thank you. I take my whiskey neat, my coffee black and my bed at 3. You're too sweet for me. Sorry, that's my whiskey happy song, literally. I have this tendency to actually sing that song nowadays when I drink whiskey. Cheers. When I love talking about corporate bankruptcy. We don't want to talk about corporate bankruptcy. That's something you watch on YouTube for video essays, but not particularly something you want to talk about because I can't be bothered delving into that topic. I would love one. I would love wine too, actually, but I wouldn't like to mix it. I would love some Chianti. Chianti would be great. By the way, I'm so happy today because I got to work on my debut and it's like charted out everything, every single detail from like stream alerts to all of that. So basically, for you guys who know what I'm talking about, I made a PRD. That's a product requirements documentation. And then I made a project charter, an outline from it. So everything's outlined, ready to send out to the artists that I need to commission and stuff like that. And currently I'm asking for quotations from artists and stuff like that. So I got a lot of shit done. And I'm very proud. Does it seem like I'm a bit too... Eye level is fine, right? Yeah, it's fine, never mind. Yeah, and what excited me today was the fact that a part of my lore, the first draft of my lore for the shrine got done, and I'm so happy. It looks so pretty. So right now we're trying to think of ways to how to like present and package the lore for you guys. Like you know, I think a lot of people don't really think about this, or like when you watch VTubers, you don't really notice this, but I think it's a difficult task to actually present lore as a VTuber, or even like as a game or an MMORPG and stuff like that, as in a digestible packaging for like the general viewership. You know what I mean? Because, for example, how League of Legends and World of Warcraft presents the lore are like two different spectrums, and then you have VTubers who do MVs and stuff like that. So we're kind of exploring that right now. There's a lot of things can be replaced with just one fucking ball. Hey, I gotta drop you guys the deets though, right? That's why I'm proud of it. And hello, Love the Dog is a crazy name. Thank you for the hydrate. I shall, drink some water. Have you got lore? Barely. Not gonna lie, whatever lore we have is mostly like something that we've ended up making along the way. Because I debuted without lore, right? My lore was basically, okay, I'm in this world, I'm in this town, I'm in this city, I'm in this area, and I own a shop, and I'm pretty much an NPC. That's it. That's literally my lore. And because I felt like when I first started VTubing, I was like, there's no need for lore. I just want to make content. You know, I just want to make content and debut. And ow! And Kami, and thank you for the 1K bits cheer. Oh my fucking god. Thank you for your contribution towards the Deep Blue. And the shrine. Thank you for your contribution towards the shrine. Do you have any particular thing you're wishing for, Kami? Content to Noira's tributes to the goddess of the deep blue. Yes, not a cult, not a cult. Do you have anything you particularly wish for, though? I'm not saying that I can influence anything about it, but like, hey, nothing's wrong with me, at least. Now that you've dropped some contributions towards the deep blue, I should at least wish you some good luck, right? No more water bottles? Wait, what got thrown earlier? Was it not water bottles? Didn't water bottles get thrown? Am I... Did I fuck up? Hold on. Guys, what got thrown? Was it water bottles? Did I get mistaken? Was it just... What got thrown just now? Let me test. Ugh, I can't. I have a 65% keyboard. I don't have an F9. The law distribution depends on demographic that a given VTuber attracts. And you know what else it also depends on? It depends on budget. Okay, hold on. Let me fix the water bottle thing. Hold on. Oh, it's still got a show though. Wait. Let me like go to the screen real quick. Let me double check. Ah, that's what happened. Yeah, I misclicked, guys. It should be fine now. Let me double check. It should be okay now. Yeah, it should be fine. Alright. Okay. Yeah, I'm sorry. I forgot to equip the water bottle. I forgot to equip it. Life of a VTuber. But you know what I'm saying? It's like, as a VTuber, for me, because I came from not being a VTuber, so I'm like, I don't understand how a law influences the way you debut or how successful, the potential of your success as a VTuber. It doesn't make sense to me. So I just debuted and I'm like, I'll just use a plain ass for law, because too much law feels a bit too cringe right now. For me, that was me though. Not that I like... CJ! Thank you for the... sub of 9 months in total, and you just started a fucking hype train. That's crazy. We just started the stream, guys. Thank you for being part of the deep blue titling. Already a hype train. Hold on, I want to sit down. Let me sit down. But yeah, what do you guys think of VTuber law? For me, I'm like whatever with it. It's more of like it's cool to have it, but if I can't have it, then it's probably like a budget issue and whatever. It's fine. You know, it just so happens that like along the way, now that we've been streaming for like 2 years, get you to sub. Thank you for the cheer of 520 bits. Thank you for your contribution towards the shrine. Thank you. Damn, Deep Blue, we're already at what, level 2? Oh yeah, level 2. What the fuck? We're at level 2. That's crazy. Oh my god, thank you for your contribution towards the Deep Blue, guys. Yes, we have a hype train going on already, and I just started stream. It's fucking crazy. But like I was saying, what the fuck was I saying? Oh yeah, I wanted to make law and like invest in it, because like I think it's kind of cute how we accidentally came upon this stupid cult shrine law thing, and I thought it'd be just cute to legitimize it and make it part of our, legacy somewhere. That's why I really wanted it to get done and have it like recorded somewhere and have someone write it up. And I will tell you guys, I love how it's written up. I saw the first draft and it's so fucking cute. It's so fucking cute. I can't wait to show it to you guys. It's all thanks to you guys that I can make law. Because obviously law, I don't think a lot of people realize this, but law is expensive, okay? Paying a writer is expensive, at least for my capabilities as a small VTuber. It's expensive. But thankfully, because of you guys' contribution towards the Deep Blue, like what's happening right now, right? You guys have been so generous to the point that I can actually make law now as a VTuber. I'm not, you know how other VTubers are like gods and goddesses and stuff like that with like a whole ass lore? Today I saw a VTuber with a 45 minutes lore video and I'm like, how? Finally, I can be part of the gang, a VTuber with an actual story. Alright, the drunk whiskey foxlord, you guys are just adding random labels to me now. The villainous dream is real, Deep Blue. Look, and the thing is, if I become a villainess, there ought to be a story. I can't just suddenly overnight become a villainess. I mean, I could, but it'd be better with a story, right? The lore makes sense for VTubers who are specific characters, but it also does a good job in setting the scene, content, and community vibes. Yeah, that's the thing. I think the scene at the Deep Blue here got set, and, you know, the vibes and the community, it just slowly happened. So I never actually planned on having lore, but then we just started like fucking around so much at the Deep Blue that I'm like, okay, let's do it. Let's do it. I'm new to your channel, love your inspirational short form feel good videos. Ah, they feel good? Why, thank you. Thank you. I'm glad you like them. I appreciate you guys watching my videos. Today I released a video that was pretty much like something to help, a possibility that might help some people who wake up difficultly. I actually have more to add on that as well, because I have learned more on that topic. And that's gonna be part of today's yap too, obviously. A whiskey a day keeps Noira happy. That is true. That is true. This one, Miles was a bartender too, but then he turned cool. Damn assassin. So nothing too surreal about Noira becoming a goddess to me. I could just be, you know, I could be doing this at the Deep Blue after hours right now. Maybe after stream ends, I'm actually down there, like, fucking with mortals. You know, just like drowning them, causing tsunamis. You know, I might just, you know, be feeling playful and then put a fucking thunderstorm / cyclone in the Philippines. Is that my villainous arc? The only thing you need Noira is that it'd be really hot and you'd make a great villainess, enough said. I would? You reckon I'd be a good villain? Who threw bottles at me? How come I don't see who threw bottles at me? Are! Kevin Thomas, thank you for the sub and welcome, new tidling. Guys, let's welcome a new tidling to the not so cult Captain Thomas. Welcome, welcome, and thank you for being part of the Deep Blue. You're tidling now. One of us. This is my way of legitimizing the supposedly not cult law, okay? Nora the bartender / shopkeeper got enough tips and adoration that she turned into a low-level deity. That's crazy. That's straight out of an isekai, isn't it? Good morning to you, Nightly Scarling. Good tidings and new tidling. That's so cute. Good tidings is a nice one. Good tidings is a nice one, isn't it? But anyway, yeah. How many of you guys watched the video that I posted this morning / last night for some of you guys? Thank you for the hype train, guys. We completed level 2. Thank you. I did not expect to get to the hype train so early. The video, for you guys who haven't watched it, was basically me finding out that there's a possibility that you might be waking up feeling shit because you don't have enough energy when you wake up. Meaning you don't have enough calories or protein in your body or electrolytes. You're not hydrated enough. You're not satiated enough to actually be full of energy in the morning. Now, obviously, it's not the case for everyone. Or the other possibility is that you might be having shitty sleep quality because you have horrible magnesium levels. Thus, you should either get some magnesium supplements to help with your sleep and mood and stuff like that, or you could have a banana before you sleep. Shikai Marco, thank you for the follow. Welcome to the Deep Blue. When thou drinketh thy whiskey, thou shalt hold up thy glass and give praises to Noira. Recite thine creed, O Noira, the wise and humble sea fox. I offer thee whiskey for tidings good. Oh, that is hot. That is hot. I will drink to that, bro. I will drink to that. That was hot. Thank you, thank you. Can we like record that on Discord, please? The Discord is our stone tablet. That's where we record our stuff, okay? But yeah, that's like one theory or like one study. That's one possibility. And the other possibility is of course the one where I also made a video about, which was basically about the dopamine thing. Where basically dopamine is a decaying state. It's like a DOT that slowly plummets. And then in the morning, you kind of start at ground zero, and then you need to slowly build your dopamine up. Now, if you don't do that in the morning, you'd have a shitty day, and you'd have low motivation and energy levels. Such as if you wake up and you doom scroll immediately, that's gonna affect it. Now, the other one that we just started stream. I'm sorry, I'm already yapping. The other one that I recently found out is the fact that serotonin, yeah, endorphins, was it endorphins or serotonin? One of those, either serotonin or endorphins. Basically, it's very much related to gut health. Gut. So when you say that, yeah, basically it's related to your gut health, meaning that you might feel your gut health determines how elevated sounds like someone's high. It affects your mood. So the guy, which was TJ Power, he said that if you feel shit in the morning, it might also be related to what you ate at night, because your gut was not happy with what you ate at night, and then it'd affect the morning. So that's also interesting. That's what I wanted to add on to that video. Because obviously the video that I published today was actually quite an old clip. So yeah, guys, if you feel like you have shitty energy levels in the morning, try a few things. There are many possibilities because, well, we're complex people, we're complex humans. No single person is the same. So you just gotta try these things out and see which one works for you, right? Or maybe it's a combination of everything. Anyway, yes, so that's the end of the yab of the waking up thing. I'm sorry. I'm just on Normie, need 20 cc's straight into the vein stat. That's crazy. That's crazy. And of course with the Gigantify as well. Wow. My serotonins are always high. I take serotonin inhibitor medicines to taper it down. That's, what's that like? What's that like, Siberian? To have high serotonin? Because I want to know. I'm still avoiding. For someone who talks about general life, and I talk about general life and stuff like that, and neuropsychology and everything like that, I still haven't tried therapy at all. I'm about to, but it's fucking expensive right now, so I'm saving up a tad bit before I go. So I don't know what my supposed abnormalities in the brain, in the mind are yet. Although I suspect there's some spectrum of ADHD, but I'm not gonna let that define me either. But regardless, I am very curious of these sorts of what's the word I'm looking for? Something that deviates from the norm. Like when, you know, for example, like you say, high serotonin and stuff like that. It perks my curiosity. I wouldn't say abnormality, because abnormality sounds like very negative. Deviations, I would say. Because like I said, everyone is like different. We're complex human beings with different backgrounds, experiences, different genetic makeups, different brain chemistry. So I think it's always interesting to always hear other people's perspectives. I also take medicine that better balances my dopamine and serotonin levels. It's a lifesaver. And you too, chat, get your own dose of Noiramine at... Damn, bro! That's crazy, Kami. What are you, a drug dealer now? Are you? I don't know. I've never tried any certain medication, so I don't know what I'm like on medication. And if I'm, truth be told, I'm also kind of scared. Like, to me, it's more like if I can function without medication, then I don't know what it's like. I don't really want to know what it's like with medication, because what if it's so much better and then like I get reliant on it? I'm so worried about that, bro. That's why, yeah, of course, consult a doctor before take one, definitely. But like that's, I think it's like technically some people have been telling me that that's a weird way of thinking, but that's what I try to do. That's also possibly one of the reasons why I haven't checked into therapy yet, because I think I'm also scared of like facing the facts. Ara? Oh wait, okay, sorry, Decatonics, hold on. There you go. But yes, anyway guys, please do not avoid therapy like I do. I wouldn't For me, I'm just a stubborn piece of shit, right? For me, what I try to do, one of the reasons I can yap so much about all of this is because I try my very best as much as possible to look for so many different ways to deal with myself that does not rely on medication. So, but please don't make me an example. Please go to therapy. Please seek professional help if you have to. It's okay to be vulnerable, guys. Seriously, it is totally fine. I'm just a stubborn bitch. Yeah. And also, I would suggest to not conclude things just from things that you listen or read on the internet. Please seek professional help. You may use it with you may use them as input, but take it with a grain of salt and use it to expand your horizons and your opinion or see from a different perspective, but never take it word for word or never make it your ultimatum. Always talk to a professional. Went on antidepressants for like a year. It wasn't for a medical trial. Don't recommend coming off it by just stopping. It hits hard. Yeah, I think so. I would think so. Sound like my mom, she refuses to get a heart checkup because she doesn't, in her own words, want to know about any heart complications if she has one. That's different though. The thing is, Rift, I would not suggest that because that is directly related to the health, like physiological health, which is something you don't really have control over as much as, for me at least, mental stuff. Like me, for example, if I feel like I have low shitty productivity, I still feel like I can do some things or learn some things or try some things that will help me get out of that rut. And it has been working thus far. But for health stuff, please convince your mom. Holy shit. Never know what works to you until you talk to professionals and try different meds. Yeah. And also know this, like sometimes I feel like some professionals get a lot of flack. I hope this doesn't... Okay, tell me if this makes sense. Because to me, it feels like... I feel like a lot of professionals get a lot of flack because people are saying... what the fuck am I trying to say? What I'm trying to say is that some therapists or like therapy sessions or like psychologists get a bad rep because apparently they can't fix you. TLDR, don't take that out of context. You guys know what I mean. Like you've realized or you come to the conclusion that they weren't able to help you. But sometimes I think what people forget is the fact that communication is a huge factor. They can't help you if you don't fucking communicate or figure out how to communicate stuff. Or you haven't warmed up to them and then you don't tell them the full story. You can't expect them to read minds. That's unfortunately how it is, isn't it? So give it a chance, guys. Give it a chance. Yeah. We'll get checkups at the doc at least twice a year. Psychiatrist. Yeah, I don't know my terms, bro. You get what I mean. My cardinal sin is using emotes in chat. It's very whorish of me. Whorish of you to use emotes in chat? What's wrong with using emotes in chat? I need to get some stuff done, so I have to close the stream, otherwise 3 hours would just disappear without me noticing. What? You don't want to put me on on your alternate screen to keep you company whilst you lurk? You don't want to hear my whiskey yaps? This is how I gaslight people. Oh yeah, no. If you gotta do your thing, please go ahead. Thanks for dropping by though. Anyway, I came across another interesting video as well. Also, as we come off that topic, misunderstood pervert. That's a hilarious name. Thank you for the follow and welcome to the Deep Blue. As we come off that topic, I would also like to say that some people have jokingly said that I provide basically counseling / it's like therapy, whatever. I am not qualified for such things. And I can't repeat that enough at all. Like, I'm very scared of someone taking what I say literally, you know. That's why I think I always say that whatever I say is my opinion based on my experiences and the people I meet. Basically, it's exclusively based on what of the person that I've become. And what I try to do is I don't give I try to not give like ultimatums and stuff like that, you know. I don't try to be like, okay, nah, this is the right way, what you're doing is wrong. It's more like I want to question some things and to open up discussions and provide a different POV. I think that's what I try to do when I talk about these sort of things. Exclusively based, wow. I mean, if you guys like it, I mean, thank you very much, by the way. But I think what I try to do is that I at least try to question, start discussions, and give a different perspective. Hi there, Jaka. For Algo, thank you for chatting for Algo. This streamer is recommended by 9 out of 10 mental health physician. You think a mental health physician would recommend a VTuber, dude? That's the main reason I follow you specifically. Thank you. It's therapist, psychologist, and psychiatrist. As I know, a therapist and you know what? I'm not even gonna have I'm not gonna say anything about that because I'm just fully not that informed about it, unfortunately. Anyway, I was gonna say I watched an interesting video the other day. It was about the fact that in China there's this youth retirement village. Do you guys want to guess what a youth retirement village is and what they do? Hi there, Eli. How is the water fox? The water fox, the sea fox, is very much enjoying her whiskey right now. Young rich people, keep going. I'll wait a few until you guys guess, until you guys give up, and I'll give you guys the answer. In China, there's a youth retirement village. So I'm asking you guys, what do you guys reckon they do? Cactus? No. Come on. Is it so hard to not joke about such things, man? Teach the younglings how to spend their retirement? Close enough. Wow, Plap is crazy. Plap is crazy. They take care of the old. No, okay. So if you guys look up a youth retirement village, yeah, let's not bring that into the chat, Cactus. Please be careful, Cactus. Like I said, please be mindful of what you type in public chat. So what the fuck was I saying? Yeah, laying flat. So I'm surprised you know about that because I only realized, I only learned about laying flat from that video. Laying flat is basically to come down from the social expectations and the hustles and bustles of capitalism and, you know, crazy business expectations and stuff like that. That's what laying flat is. I might be wrong. Let me Google that real quick. I remember it's something about that. So laying flat, the idea of laying flat, or 躺平 in Chinese, means taking a break from relentless work. The 躺平 movement took off during 2021 as many felt they were coming under increasing pressure to work even harder and outperform their peers. So it's very interesting. Now then, so this youth retirement village is basically like a retirement home in like some rural area in China. And they let you slow down. So you wake up, you don't do work or anything like that. No, you tend to plants. Basically, you do things that old retired people do. You go on like mountain hikes, stuff like that, you know. The only thing that they do different compared to like, you know, a retirement home is that they don't provide medical care. It's not particularly expensive, by the way, because this is in China. It's relatively quite cheap. It's like $500 for a month. A month, guys. It's not bad. So basically you wake up, you take care of plants, you slow down, and yes, you enjoy life. And people go there when they're stressed or they want to recalibrate or they need to take a break and try lying flat. It's interesting, isn't it? Now that made me question, right? I think some of y'all's older people would know if you're in the workforce and you happen to be in a more senior slash managerial sort of position. You usually get this complaint that younger people are getting weak. You guys know what I mean? I don't particularly mean that. That's what they say. Like, younger people are getting mentally weak. But now, whether there's truth to that or not, I've complained about that myself too. Not gonna lie. Back in my days, when I interviewed people, I called 10 people to interview. 9 would at least come. Nowadays, none of them come. Like, maybe 1 out of 10. So that's a huge contrast. And the difference is like 1 generation, by the way. Okay, so from that personal experience, that personal experience of mine, yes, there have been times where I would complain about such things. But then it begs the question, is it really... I mean, look, they even have youth retirement villages now. So are younger people actually becoming less resilient, or is something actually changing around them that's giving them crazier pressures compared to the previous generation? What do you guys reckon? Economy in China is complete booty. Pays on keeping up with the cost of everything. Depends on where you are though, innit? Commonly telling that in modern day the weak can actually survive. No, I mean, but I want to critically think about this, right? Like, I wonder if it's actually, I mean, is it because, for example, has technology and social media opened up the younger generations, or the modern generations, to so many other perspectives, to the point that they have better awareness of mental stuff, and that is what makes them supposedly quote-unquote weak, which is, I would say I don't have a problem with it. It is what it is, right? It's not like it's bad or anything. It is what it is. It's not as if it's something you could change. Or is it because the current society just lumps on so much pressure to the youth nowadays? Like, you know, rent is higher and stuff like that. Like, really, what's going on? Or is it like an accumulation of everything? Previous generation had houses, families, and could live. We're just surviving today. True. Information overload is actually also a real thing, because, you know, you have the internet, there's a lot of information out there. You could argue that the world is getting bleaker, from climate conditions to economic decline and rising geopolitical tensions. But, like, technically, you also had that back then, right? Are able to actually learn from experiences of elder generations, so things are changing. I think modern comforts dull our desperation instincts. That's also a possibility. Social media adds pressure to people to do well, I think. Everyone compares how... Oh, that is so true. I think that's one thing that people don't really acknowledge about social media, or like the internet. On top of like the internet providing so much information, what it also does is that it skews your expectations of reality. Or like, you know, the whole... Basically, yeah, the virtual pressures. You see someone on Instagram looking fucking pretty and you think that all women look like that. Or maybe possibly she's like 85% filter, you know? It's the government and corporations working together to stifle human spirit, because even if you get a raise, it usually doesn't even help much. I read up something scientific about that. It's geopolitical shit, and also the fact that a lot of governments apparently focused on increasing labor force, but then never really improved the sector of housing, and thus a lot of there's a lot of like price hikes and shit like that. That's just in general. I'm not talking about like a particular country, but like from all the the macroeconomic videos I've been watching lately, that's like the TLDR of what's happening. So, you know, we're trying to get more productive people for the productive economy, but we fail to foster the housing and the inflation. Jaco? Thank you for the follow. Welcome to the Deep Blue. We're talking about crazy shit, aren't we? Localized day. People don't really understand how competitive the workforce in China really is. I've seen some horror stories. Oh yeah, it's fucking competitive. Topic of technology. I know that AI discussions cause existential dread in a lot of people, be it for hobbies or jobs. I think one thing with AI for sure is that it could never emulate the soul, nor can it ever emulate independent learning. So I think there's a lot of things that we cannot be worried about it. You know, we can definitely be worried. I mean, AI helps us a lot for like mechanical things and mathematical things and calculations and shit like that, like logic. But the soul and independent learning is not something that they can do just yet, or maybe in a very long time either. Well, damn, I'm just like speedrunning Yelza's replies, sorry. It depends how you use the internet. Generalizing internet for just a few social media sites, including YouTube, is too much of a biased view. But I think it's also biased to not include it. I wouldn't say it's like just social media on the internet, although it is a majority of it. But that's the thing. I feel like in our current modern society, there is just not enough internet etiquette taught, or like internet, you know, like things that about, okay, the social media is cool and all, but have you thought about using the internet to research about more stuff without, and do you know the joys of doing such things without educational obligations? I don't know. I feel like, cause for me, the good thing is like for me, my brother, he got me obsessed with Googling things, because every time I would ask him how to do something, he would say, fucking Google it. Now, he always said that it was tough love, but I know at the end of the day, he was just fucking lazy. But hey, it worked out for me. People were trained to do the calculation work, of which the AIs are taking over. Yeah, I think back then, Jack Ma said a quote basically saying that, you know, if you don't want to compete with AI, then you should invest learning or working in the creative industry, or things that AI cannot emulate anytime soon, which is things of the heart, things of art and creativity and stuff like that. As much as I think that AI art is getting good, it's very much soulless slop, and I don't think anything can ever change that by much. The art style is nice, sure, it looks pretty, but it's very different from an actual artist's work. We had kids' website, now that those are gone, kids are basically surrounded by adult content. Wait, do they not have kids' websites nowadays? It's like when I did the AI writing for my law to like brainstorm and stuff like that, I was like, okay, it looks pretty. Like on a surface level, it looks very pretty. But why does it feel like there's literally no soul to it? Like there's no warmth nor soul or like flavor to it. You know what I mean? There's style, but it doesn't evoke certain feelings from me as when my writer friend actually took over and rewrote everything, and it's so much better, you know? Because obviously the only kind of feelings that AI can have at the end of the day are trained feelings. Now, even if like AI one day manages to gain consciousness, are you really gonna argue that it's independent consciousness and not trained consciousness? Anyway, that's getting a bit too deep, but like that's my general opinion of AI. It's the fact that I think they cannot escape being trained. So then it makes you question, is it really real, genuine consciousness, or, you know, genuine individuality, or is it trained individuality? Anyway. I think I've known creative work has no consistent pay, and I'm learning art. Yeah, I mean, creative doesn't always have to be an art. For example, being a product manager, I think is creative, because you need to think of creative solutions to problems. Or like for certain requirements, you need to have creative thinking and stuff like that. You can't just like research everything, you know, you need to be able to have ideas. And having ideas and being able to come up with ideas, I think is also part of being creative. Copilot tries to generate a personality during chats, but it gets repetitive and bland. You say the same thing about people. Is everyone who's influenced by Instagram an actual person? Or they just didn't... amalgamation of personality traits that picked up at the internet. I think it's because the difference is that when we're born, we have, I always think of people like this. I feel like people when they're born, they're like born with specific core traits. And then there are traits that, you know, you grow up with and you slowly foster. And so there's basically two types of traits. Now with AI, now the traits with humans as we're born, it's organic and there's RNG and you don't know what the fuck it is, right? Versus AI where it's built. So technically, if you think about it, if you always multiply thoughts and things you gather from people around you, or like whatever you experience, such as social media and stuff like that, with RNG, that RNG being whatever the fuck you were born with, it's technically still original. You get what I mean? Versus AI that's already artificial by default, built by someone. Is this talk getting too much? I feel like we're getting a little bit, a bit very deep, huh? There's not so much creativeness in work that considered to be creative. Like very small part of work is creative. Because if we talk about new ideas, they are really rare. I don't think ideas have to be new. I think the fact that us as humans, we can pull ideas from multiple various things on top of experience, and then we have shower thoughts and drink whiskey, and suddenly we come up with a brilliant thing, even though it's like, say, it's like Apple. You know, you take a little bit of this and that, but then you happen to make the iPhone. Nothing's wrong with that. And that's what I think is creative. Humans have that capability. Can you argue that AI can do the same thing with that direction? You know what I mean? Like, humans are just able to do this, do such things randomly, versus an AI has to be told, or like has to be trained to do such things, if that makes sense. But anyway, about the thing, I'm thinking about the youth. I don't think anyone, I don't even know whether the answer actually exists, whether we can... Irashai! Oh, I cannot read your name, but hello. Like, whether it's really the younger generation being quote-unquote weaker versus the older generation, or whether it's just tougher nowadays. It's possibly... I think it's a combination of both. If you want to simplify it, I think it's also the combination of, like, you know, you get to see that, oh, mental health is a thing, so maybe I have that. They can start questioning those such things. And then, for the better or worse, or like, you know, some people, it's good for them to know that well, there are these mental health possibilities. But of course, there's also that spectrum of people who would just be like, oh, I'm gonna, without realizing it, they use it as an excuse. You get what I mean? So I don't think there will ever be a solid answer for it, because there's always going to be that combination of people. Because I feel like, despite how much I would assume we all collectively love that mental health awareness is a thing, I don't think we can fully dismiss the fact that some people use it as an excuse without realizing it, you know? They just subconsciously use it as an excuse. It's like, oh, I'm too ADHD to cook. And then it becomes a self-fulfilling prophecy. You get what I mean? It's not that I think it's bad. I just think it's an observation. And I don't even know what the solution to that is. Every trait is a learned trait. However, the most powerful thing is a person's own mind. Because if you honestly believe that you are not good at something, then no matter how hard you try, if you believe you're going to fail, you're going to fail, you have. Yeah, the self-fulfilling prophecy thing, right? One thing is just some sort of before and after year 2000 effect. But also, like, the internet has opened up to so much cursed knowledge, so much good knowledge. Like, it's just a whole mixed bag of things. So, if anything, I think one thing we can agree on for sure is that I wish there were, like, better etiquettes, like kids were taught better ways to maneuver the internet. Older generation got experience and wealth, but they lack more open-minded way of thinking, so they can't support younger generations, which just so society progress now. You know what I think is lacking with the older generation? This is obviously not everyone, but I think that back then, the older generation did only mostly focused on surviving, possibly. So they did not really have to be in a position where they had to critically think. You know, because if you're just surviving, you don't really have to be critically thinking. You just do it and you power through it, right? I think now that everything is more accessible, like, you know, you can get food from from your grocery store and stuff like that. You don't have to farm your own shit and stuff like that. Now that a lot of things are more convenient and everything like that, we have more space that where we can critically think more. Like, would the Renaissance period where artists started flourishing and art was a huge thing have happened if our technological advances did not happen? I think if our daily needs were not simplified, I don't think that would have happened. Kaljan did so much in his work. The shadow is part of the psyche that stores everything, which... Damn, I'm learning philosophy right now. Or psychology. Kaljan. Certain personality traits evoke negative feedback from others. Many don't know this. The human mind is not adapted to this modern life we live in. It's been barely 400 years since the Industrial Revolution, after all. Yeah, talk about that. I think a lot of like neuropsychologists, neuropsychology research is like goes off that tangent, the tangent of the fact that they think or assume that humans still go off of their primal brains, if you want to put it that way. Like, you know, the evolution, basically monkey caveman style. So which obviously I can't say whether it's true or not. It kind of makes sense if you assume it. One thing I remember listening is that you need to be closer to nature and feel the ground, like the raw ground with your feet, not even with shoes and stuff like that and footwear, because basically you need to go back to monkey, because that's where you feel at home. You were in nature way back when you were still cavemen and stuff like that, still hunter-gatherers. So doing things that would return you closer to that state will basically rebalance you in a way. And yeah, there's like a whole ass research surrounding that. I thought it was like a weird idea, but I guess it makes sense, you know? Psychology is a soft science. It's unethical to experiment on humans, so we're limited in what we can study. That's fair. I wouldn't want anyone experimenting on my brain, bro. Monkey? I said monkey. Monkey like monkey. Monkey. Oh, what are you guys talking about? Maria and Siberian. Also, I'm so happy that we have females now in chat. Holy shit. Because I think it's been like fully just men this whole time. I feel like I'm suddenly not maidenless anymore, guys. But yeah, I'm sorry for the in-depth talk. I go off on these tangents quite often, especially much so more when I drink. Oh, you should hear me when I drink wine. It's even worse. For some reason, wine really gets me going with these sort of discussions. Whiskey? Oh well, yeah, whiskey too. But like wine's where it's at. Didn't bring a grill. Thanks, guys. The name change is Christmas theme as Mariah Carey. Oh, did you thaw? Shit. No worries, Mariah. No worries. I appreciate it. In the past, we wanted to know his entire existence and they're influenced by storytelling patterns and such because of these archetypes that have always been... Fuck, I missed that chat. Y'all are very lively in chat. Archetypes have always been inside us. We get this out because of storytelling. Yeah. Storytelling, and we generally communicate better, I would assume. I'll talk about how we got multiple mental illness and still I got admission in university PhD program. I can't say anything about that because I don't think I can relate to your experiences and I don't want to assume. So I'm just not going to say anything about that. But to a certain extent, I do think that, you know, we got to be careful of like self-fulfilling prophecies, because there was this whole discussion in a podcast that I was listening to, that they said that a good part of people getting diagnosed with ADHD is them just making it a self-fulfilling prophecy, right? But like, I'm not saying it's everyone, but it's a possibility. It's like, what they say is that, yeah, they go to get diagnosed and they get diagnosed by ADHD, and then they start excusing some things, or like, you know, using ADHD as a reason, not a reason, but like supposedly being the reason behind certain things that they do, when in fact, when they introduce to certain tips for their daily life, productivity, discipline and stuff like that, they manage to do so. You know what I mean? It's just that they got diagnosed, and then because you guys need to remember that some diagnosis itself, especially in this field of psychology, it's still ever growing and still quite new. It's still like constantly in the radar of being researched, right? So it's still ever changing. So I wouldn't say it's inaccurate, but the scope of ADHD and a lot of like mental stuff is getting wider, the scope of it. It's not self-proclaimed ADHD, is that once you get diagnosed, you get labeled a certain way, and then you start manifesting that label, when in reality, when you're introduced to, say, certain methods, you actually can do it. You know what I mean? Am I making sense? Macareno, thank you for the follow and welcome to the Deep Blue. ADHD is really not all that rare of mental condition. We just got better at detecting it. Could be it has been with use for a long time. No, Jack John, there's a whole discussion about that as well. Is it that we're better at detecting it, or is it that the scope is better at detecting it? The argument in that podcast was that the scope just kept on changing, and then there's like also a corporate agenda behind it. Now, I'm not going to support it because it's really not my field. I'm not going to say shit about it. I'm just going to tell you guys what I heard. So I'm not going to argue about it either. I didn't take doctor diagnosis as something to limit me rather than a stepping stone to get over it and fixing myself. Yeah. I think that's the way to do it, right? That's the way to do it. If you guys want to hear that, what was that? Was it a YouTube video that I heard that from? Yeah, I don't remember. But honestly, at the end of the day, these opinions that I have, they're not opinions. I just tell you guys what I hear, because I'm very neutral about all these things. Do I think that ADHD is a real problem? Yeah. Do I think it's overdiagnosed? Well, according to what I've heard, yes. But that's very biased based on what I've heard and based on what I've read. So I'm not gonna say a final opinion on it. Yeah, have a good one, Rift Strider. Have a good one. ADHD could be managed with enough care and people can find success with ADHD. I've seen that happen multiple times. I wouldn't know. Honestly, I wouldn't know. I don't know anything. I just have particular interest in neuropsychology, sometimes situationally, and psychology, but I don't really know much in depth about it. So unfortunately, I don't think I can have like a very wholesome opinion about it. What's defined as mental illness is becoming more and more vague, making it easy to diagnose or misdiagnose someone. But also, is it bad? That's also arguable, right? Is misdiagnosing someone with mental illness bad? That's also a whole like can of worms that I don't think I want to talk about on the stream. But it's like, you know. Yeah, I don't know where I'm going with that conversation. I don't think I can take it any further. I don't think I can. Because for me, I've always just been very much focused on trying to get better myself. But I do know that other people may not have the same sort of self-sustaining motivation to do so. I'm glad that I'm in the position where I'm able to do so. Jedi, thank you for the follow and welcome to the Deep Blue. Talking about mental illness is scary, man. Because it's quite a relatively it only recently got in the limelight, you know what I mean, within the last like 20 years or so. So it's a scary thing to talk about. I mean, as me streaming in public right now, you know what I mean? Because like I said, I'm not a professional or anything. I just consume things that I read and things that I hear. Does it make me have a certain opinion? No, but it lets me know that I have heard certain things. So it's not something I'm confident talking about, I guess. Stigma around certain mental illness is less, making people more likely to seek out. Oh yeah, the stigma I think is a good thing. Like the whole thing about, you know, having youth retirement village and everything like that. I think at the end of the day, it's good. Jedi, thank you for the sub on Twitch. Thank you. You are now a Tideling. One of us. Welcome to the Tideling gang. Welcome, new Tideling. Welcome. Come on, guys. Welcome our new Tideling, please, on Twitch.
Who's a good girl?
Thank you for the head rub. No, don't take it further for a topic I'm not confident talking about, man. If I had a degree in it, maybe I'd be able to talk about it, but I don't. I'm just a casual pleb. A VTuber that is interested in psychology stating she's not a professional. I'm not, though. What do you think of people who want to live minimally, for short, minimalist? I think it's good to live like a minimalist. How do I say your name, bro? Math? MT? M-triple-T? M-double-T? Math. I'm gonna call you Math. Math, thank you for the Prime sub on Twitch. We also have a new titling, guys. Let's give a round of applause for our newest titling, Math and Jedi. Haha, welcome, welcome. Play any Overwatch lately? No, I have not played Overwatch for very long. If you want to help with paperwork for becoming a cult, join the Discord. That's fucking crazy. That's crazy. Is this currently like one of our congregational sermons? Is that what's happening right now? We're not a cult, guys. We're not a cult. What I think about minimalists, I think it's for some people. To a certain extent, I try to apply the minimalist lifestyle, but obviously I cannot fully inhibit it, and that's okay, right? Nothing's wrong with being a minimalist. I think it's also really nice that a minimalist reduces the things that you have to make decisions over, you know, because you live such a much more simplistic lifestyle. That means you don't have to deal with as much decision making, which is great, because the decision making fatigue is a real thing. You know, decision making takes willpower, and like coming to conclusions for a decision takes a lot of energy. I wish I was a minimalist, but unfortunately I like my clothes too much. I really like having a, you know, I really like fashion. I'm striving to be more minimalistic. I think one of the best ways to start is to Marie Kondo your life. How many of you guys know of Marie Kondo? Marie Kondo changed the way that I viewed things a lot. Because back then I think I was raised in a way where, Jack John, thank you for the super chat. Super chat to arigato, arigato. Is this super chat tax deductible? Wait, we are not a cult, excuse me, but thank you for your contributions to the shrine. Thank you. Do you have any particular wish you want to be blessed with? Thank you for the super chat. Thank you. Marie Kondo. So Marie Kondo is like this Japanese woman who basically teaches you to kind of let go of things that don't make you happy, that don't bring you happiness. So one of the ways for you to start decluttering is to go by that principle. If it doesn't spark joy, then maybe you should let it go. So ever since I got to know about that, I've started to think of a lot of material things very differently. Such as now when I buy things, I'm like, do I even need this? Like, where am I even gonna put this? Or like nowadays, if I have something that I haven't used for a very long time, cause you know, I've been trained in the whole like, oh, you know, we spent money on this, you don't wanna waste it. So I think the whole Marie Kondo, does it spark joy thing really rewired that part of me. Have a good one, Kyle. Are you leaving? Wait, who are you saying bye to? Who are you saying bye to? Who's leaving? Is Kyle leaving? I don't really understand the term minimalist, to be honest. Having 2 or 3 sets of clothes is normal for me. Then you're a minimalist. Maid Neko, thank you for the follow. Welcome to the Deep Blue. I look totes adorable. Why, thank you. Thank you. We're not a cult, guys. We're not a cult. But yeah, I mean, I think we're in the current society, we're very much kind of trained for fast everything. You know what I mean? Like this fast fashion, buying things so easily. It's just so regularized is regularized is a word, right? It's just become such a common thing to just buy things mindlessly. You know what I mean? And don't think so much about it. And I think one of the ways to combat that is to really think, does this spark joy? Even when it comes to like old stuff, you know? Because it's a real thing. Like, especially you'll realize this when you move to an apartment from like, I don't know, whatever place of stay you're at. And then you move to another apartment and then you realize how fucking much of a bitch moving is because you bought so much stuff during your stay. Welcome back, Kyle. Hi there, Sylvie. Good morning to you too. Sometimes I go by Marie Kondo's principle. I still remember someone made a Marie Kondo meme where it looked like she had a gun and the caption was like, "You do not spark joy, goodbye." Yeah, that reminds me of that meme of, you know, the astronaut that's facing Earth? Always has been. This sounds so similar. Oh, I thought Kyle was leaving because someone said bye, Kyle. Sylvie, thank you for the follow and welcome to the Deep Blue. Welcome. This is a good day to have some whiskey, guys. I'm grateful. Do you guys remember this rumor way back when? Which is, I don't know if it's a rumor or whether it's like actually proven by science. But my parents had this phase where they were crazy about this particular research done by some Japanese scientist that supposedly said that when you say positive things to plants and water and stuff like that, it changes the shape of water molecules, and basically it's good to say positive things to your water or to yourself because your water molecules within your body change for the better. Have you guys heard of that? I'm actually gonna Google it right now if it's actually a real thing. Positive water molecules. I always thought that was like so crazy. Positive things to plants and can help them grow. Sounds like pseudoscience? Yeah. No, I don't know why, but I think it's because we were talking about spark joy. Suddenly I'm reminded of it. I haven't heard of that one, but I heard people talking to plants, etc. is nice. I mean, I think talking positive in general is nice, you know? It's just saying the words is nice. Like, you know, those times where they say, oh, you should say a mantra like I'm a strong woman, yada yada. Just saying things out loud in a positive way is good in general. Now this water molecule thing, hold on. Dr. Dr. Emoto research. Okay, I'm gonna look this up, bro. Masaru Emoto was a Japanese businessman, author, and pseudoscientist who claimed that human consciousness could affect the molecular structure of water. Okay, he's a pseudoscientist. Okay, let me check out this experiment. This is so stupid. Okay, here. Masaru Emoto has carried out very interesting experiments with water at critical point for freezing. He claims that words expressing emotions have effects on the crystals formed in the process. Emoto reports that words with positive emotional content produce beautiful crystals, and those with negative emotional content generate ugly ones. Also, music and even pictures are reported to have similar effect. Emoto has also experimented with rice in water and claims that the words with positive emotions content induce a metabolic process known as fermentation, whereas those with negative emotional content tend to induce rottening. Are you fucking kidding me? Anyway, whatever. Yeah, I'm not reading that anymore. Wikipedia already says he's a pseudoscientist, so there's no point. Is that Peach? Hi, Peach. Peach, come have some whiskey with me. It's so annoying that plants don't even have nervous systems or the ability to perceive and understand language like humans do. Yeah, but they're very much living creatures, no? I mean, if you think about it, like viruses and like viruses, they're arguably living things, right? Would you argue that bugs have minds of their own? Like consciousness? Isn't that... Look, back during science days, plants were always considered living things. Has education changed since then? Are plants living things? Plants are one of the two major groups of living organisms that are an essential entity to the function of biosphere. Oh nah! Plants are living organisms! Fuck my school educational system. What the hell? They're living organisms, but not like living things. But in conclusion, regardless of how we categorize life today, it is still uncontested that plants are living beings. Oh, virus ain't. Wait, was it not virus? There's another... Is it not a virus? There's another type of like... something like a virus. But not really. What is it, guys? Do you guys know? There's a living organism that's like something like a virus. But it's not. Oh my god. I don't know why my brain is like so stupid right now. No, but it's not bacteria. It's not bacteria. What is it? What do you even call these category of bacteria, viruses, and stuff? What do you call them? Cells. They're not even cells, bro. I don't know. My brain is shitting me right now. Look, I like learning about these sort of things, but the thing is, like, my memory is so stupid. Like, every time I learn about it, I always forget about it. So I know I remember the general concepts of it, but I always forget the specifics. Microbiology, living organism. Living microbe. Microbes are tiny living things that are found all around us. Microbes? Whatever, bro. Let it go. Let it go. I need to read up more Kurzgesagt, I think. Viruses are still being debated whether it's alive or not, because it can reproduce, evolve, etc., but can't do it without a host. So yeah, kinda in between life and a random glitch in life. Humans have this obsession with categorizing things and making sure it falls within a pattern, doesn't it? Mitochondria, powerhouse of the cell. Yeah, everyone remembers that though. You guys notice that? Oh, that it's very much part of our biases. Like it's also a cognitive bias, because we tend to seek patterns in everything. It is a known cognitive bias, and I think it's very interesting. Yeah, putting things in a box, because then you have certain things like these that are always up for debate, right? Because we're so used to wanting to put things in a box and categorize things, possibly because it gives you easier decision making at the end of the line. At the end of the line? In the bottom line. On the bottom line? My English is so fucked today. I don't know what the fuck is wrong with me. Is it because I wrote too much for the stupid project charter? I wrote too much. Did you know that before ATP we had Noira, the real powerhouse? Find out more. Damn, Kami is really becoming an evangelist. It's crazy. We put ourselves in groups. Yeah. Okay, my brain is kind of dumb right now. Like MBTI personality test. See, there's just something with the human brain and putting stuff into a certain pattern. Like you could also argue that miracles fall into that. You don't know, you can't accept that certain things could just be RNG, so you categorize them as miracles and thus possibly religious. I think that's one of the things that I realized early on, but like I could only properly communicate it as I grew older, and as I learned about these biases, I realized I was like, oh, that's why. You know, because like back then I didn't ever think that, okay, what's the difference between just pure RNG luck and miracles? But then I did not have an answer to that. I mean, technically, even now, nobody can really say anything about it, but you know what I mean. You downloaded too much memory and now you have to free up space, just like my PC. Yeah, I gotta defrag my brain. Not a cult, guys. Not a cult. We're having real deep discussions today. I think it was the earlier discussion that fucked me over. The whole discussion about what? The younger generation? Yeah, either that or I need to drink more whiskey. Maybe, possibly. But yeah, I read up a lot of stuff, a lot of interesting stuff over the weekends. I'm happy. And I got to have like a lot of conversations with a few friends of mine who are very much critical thinkers and like people who love to discuss. Aren't those just the best kind of friends where you can discuss about like anything and nobody gets offended? And rather everyone wants to contribute to the discussion and challenge ideas because they're genuinely curious. Finally, Irish! Thank you for the sub of 3 months in total, Tidling. Thank you for being a Tidling for 3 months. Appreciate it. Thank you for your contribution towards the Deep Blue, finally, Irish. One of us, truly, one of us. We need articles of association before we can file.
Some water.
Of what? The cult? Thank you for the hydrate. I love those kind of people. I'm so lucky to have a circle that I can talk good stuff about. Yeah, right? I'm very lucky as well that I can do such things. Anyway, guys, if you guys haven't already, you guys should watch. Is it called Shrinking? The Shrinking on Apple TV. It's so good. If you guys like these topics about life and stuff like that, oh yeah, it's called Shrinking. It has Harrison Ford in it. You guys should watch it. It's like one of my favorite shows right now. It's fucking hilarious. It's so funny. Yeah, it's like one of those shows that actually make me laugh out loud. Has anyone watched the anime movie Bubble? Of course I have. You know, technically, we're talking about the Deep Blue and the area that we're in. It's called the Sinking Docks, I believe. Yes, my memory shit. The Sinking Docks, all right? It technically kind of looks like the Bubble place, you know? Dystopian, with large bodies of water and the cities slowly, the streets are slowly sinking, sort of thing. Marshall from How I Met Your Mother, yeah. I went to a shrink to analyze a dream. How did that go? What dream did you analyze? I've only joined Noira's streams for like 15 minutes. And in half of that 15 minutes, Noira be like, that scene from Life of Brian. I'm not a messiah cult. She said it. She's a messiah / cult leader. Yeah, we're not a cult, guys. We're not a cult. There's any bubbles we could jump on and the gravity is fucked up, I'm living there. Unfortunately, no, it does not go that far. Unfortunately, New Fortune City isn't that magical yet. Fell asleep? Well, I'm happy that you can actually fall asleep to my voice. But yes, if you ought to rest, please go ahead and rest. I know that it's quite late for some of you guys. Hello everyone, I'm here for the cult meeting, excuse me. There is no cult meeting, thank you very much. We're just talking about life and we're having great discussions about it. We talked about AI, we talked about the youth, you know, and how stressful the society is nowadays and stuff like that. Oh, there's also like this other interesting argument, right? I don't think this is political. It's more so like an observation of a trend that's happening around the world. It's not just one specific country. But I was recently watching this TED Talk about this guy saying that the current system in general that supports elderly people and stuff like that, current government systems and everything, most of the times, it supports the older generation and doesn't support the younger generation as much. And I think that's quite interesting, isn't it? Because if you think of it from that perspective, it kind of makes sense. And also the fact that people who are part of the government who make these rules and regulations, they're also part of the older demographic, meaning they cannot relate or represent the younger demographic well. Meaning the younger demographic is very much underrepresented. And thus, yeah, it's kind of it just happened. So like a lot of regulations in every city / country and at every place, a lot of it just ends up supporting the older generation rather than the younger ones, who are technically the ones who's supposed to be productive for the economy. One day when I free up time, I'd love to drink a talk with Noira. I mean, you could do it right now, Peach. This upcoming show from Adult Swim called First Look, Common Side Effects. Something scientific like Breaking Bad. Ooh, what is that about? First Look. Adult Swim? How the fuck do I watch Adult Swim? Non-government sanctioned cult meeting? This is crazy. The amount of people coming in and saying cult meeting is crazy. But yeah, I thought that was an interesting observation. Not as if I want to make a point about that or anything, but I just thought it's an interesting observation, right? And it kind of makes sense. You should talk to the cult leader some other time. All right, have a good one, Peach-san. And thank you for drawing me, by the way. You drew me so cutely. I love how you look in your artwork. Have a good one. Have a good rest, Peach-san. Thank you for coming over. We're looking at the EIN application as we speak. Was designed as a way to get extra taxes. Oh my god, we're talking about taxes? No one was a recipient of this program. And the medical progress happened. My brain is not braining right now. I read through that twice and I still can't make sense of it. That supported elderly people was designed as a way of getting extra taxes, since the percentage-wise amount of people who... okay. All right. So you're saying that that way they didn't deplete the budget properly? She didn't deny the cult leader allegation? I did! I've denied it so many times today. Cults that are recognized and approved by government are called religions. Holy shit, bro. But there is a thin line between religion and cults, I do think, honestly. At least from what I have seen of cults. There is a very thin line. I think a cult, a subsector of a religion, could easily become a cult at one point. I mean, that's usually what happens, right? You know, with Christianity, somehow this guy feels like he's a fucking messiah from this branch of Christianity, and then tells it to some people, and then somehow he convinces some people, and then it's suddenly a cult. Finally got to my first cult meeting from YouTube. Oh my god. You guys, if you make it a religion, you can get tax exempt status. Yeah, so like y'all's super chats can go in tax free for like 1% of population, but everyone contributed to it. I see. A religion is just a cult with a franchise is crazy. A cult with a franchise is fucking crazy. The difference between religion and cult is the number of followers. No, to be fair, there are some cults out there are supposedly recognized as a cult with like hundreds and thousands of followers. Not tiny. But then, you know, the interesting thing about religion is that you have religion, right? And then you also have Buddhism, which some may argue is more so like a lifestyle. Or it's more so like it's one person's way of living that they have told other people about and people decided to follow. And at one point, I was like thinking about it. What if I'm like that? Because that's what I do. I tell people how I live And then suddenly I now have 11,400 subscribers on YouTube. Should I be worried? No, but like that's why some people argue that Buddhism isn't a religion, but there's also like a lot of sub-sectors of Buddhism, I believe. There are some that are more religious than others. I know of this one that's not particularly a religion, is mostly the Thai one, but also I know there's like a lot of branches even with the Thai one, but like Thai meaning from Thailand. I've met a few Thai people and they have said the same thing, that it's not so much a religion, rather it's a lifestyle. Like I said, someone has been spreading the cult narrative in different corners. Might want to get them in check. Damn, bro. Is Buddha a god or not? That's one of the big questions. I mean, Buddha was technically just like a human, wasn't it? I believe, yeah. Buddha was just a human who reached enlightenment or supposed enlightenment. And he not preached, but like he told people of his lifestyle. Are you an atheist? I'm not. I'm agnostic. Because honestly, I don't really care if there's a God out there or not. If there is, sure. If there isn't, sure. I don't really care. I think as much as possible, I live for myself and I live by myself. I like being in control of my own scope and not relying on things that possibly exist or don't exist. Christianity teaches to live as Jesus Christ. We don't have to give up everything, but we have to be willing to give happily. But like, you know, the thing is, like, as much as I want to raise up some points about religion, it's hard because there are so many branches of religion, and that's how religion is, right? There's the Bible, and then there's like a few thousand interpretations of Bibles, and that's why you have like different sub branches of Christianity, and then even within the sub branch of the religion itself, depending on who your main church pastor is or like your main religious figure is, they might interpret it differently from like the others. You know what I mean? It's just, I don't know, religion is like a whole ass thing to unpack. But at the end of the day, my stance on religion is that, look, if you need religion to live a better life or be happier or like live life more satisfied, whatever, basically if it's good for you, then you do you, babe. You do you. Yeah. Could you not drink alcohol? Why are you telling me to do things? I am the master of my own life. I like my alcohol at the end of the week. My denomination is Church of God in Christ. Religion, in spite of what people think, is glue that holds society together. Now it's ideology. I mean, religion is great also in the way that it brings people together, you know? Whatever the religion is. But like, everyone leads life differently, experiences life differently. What works for one person might not work for the other. Sometimes a person grows up with one religion but then finds better happiness in another religion, and at the end of the day, it doesn't fucking matter. Let people enjoy things, right, guys? In all religion, because they have some truths. Yeah. I started off like that too. I started off as a Christian, honestly. But then I started learning about other religions, and I realized that, oh, I like taking this from that religion. I like taking that from that religion. And then over time, I realized that, you know what? I don't really care if there's a divine being or not. I like learning about life, and that's all that matters, most likely. Yeah, to me, at least. I like learning about life. If it means that I take some things from religion, then so be it. I don't think there being a divine figure or not determines much of how I lead my life, if that makes sense. What do you think about superstition though, Noira? In what sense, superstition? The Bible most people are taught isn't fully accurate. It's missing a few books, so I can't blame people for not believing. Yeah, it is. But also you could argue, supposedly, from what I've read, that some books are purposefully not included in the mainstream Bible. But you know what? There's no point in arguing about these things. That's the thing. Like, it is what it is, right? At the end of the day, you believe what you want to believe in. There aren't many religious community, political and social media has become a type of cultish religions. But also, I do think that the essence of religion is good because it brings people together. That's why I also mentioned like the other day that, there's one thing, a topic I want to bring up is also the fact that we're very much becoming more individualistic, I think, in our current society. And it's very much for the worse because we're technically social beings, right? Back then, if you want to take it from the hunter-gatherer period, I'm pretty sure everyone were in groups and, hunted for the group, did things for the group, very communal. Nowadays, we're very much more individualistic, thinking about our own career ladder. If we got a good life, we spend it all on ourselves. We're very much more disconnected from community. And there's nothing really telling us to be in a community more. The closest thing to that is religion and hobbies. But more so religion, because it's more like an obligation. Hobbies is more like optional, right? The closest thing that gives people a reason to be more communal is truly just religion nowadays, I think. And fandoms, maybe. VTuber fandoms. Mama is Catholic. I practice it out of principle. My ancestors were persecuted for practicing it. So I want my children to as well. Also, what's your favorite whiskey? Wait. Okay. My favorite whiskey is Japanese whiskey in general. Hibiki, Yamazaki. Yeah, those are my favorite whiskeys. Honestly, I think most of Japanese whiskeys I'm like cool with, honestly. Says Sensei, thank you for the follow and welcome to the Deep Blue. It's a really fun stream. Don't often get to talk about these things without people yelling at each other. Yeah, the general advice for socializing that I learned from my ex is that when you meet a person for the first time or you meet someone just recently, there are... Was it 2 things? 2 things you don't talk about. Was it 3? I think it was 2. One is religion, second is politics. There was a third, but for some reason I can't remember it. Yeah, I don't know what the third is. Money? I don't know. But like, you don't talk about politics, you don't talk about religion. I mean, because those are 2 things that are very much easily argued about. And there can be a lot of disagreements from it. But thankfully, I think on stream, it's also generally a sensitive topic, but at least on stream I could steer it in a way for you guys in chat where it's not about debating who's right or not, it's just about observing, you know what I mean? Nothing is inherently good or bad, and at the end of the day it's up to the person. And we're all limited to the media we consume and the knowledge we know, right? So, we have opinions, but can you truly say with 110%, 150% confidence that you know everything there is to that topic? Try some single malts from America. Westwood is really good brand. What is it? What are the taste notes more like? Is it more smoky, spicy? What's it like? I mean, Kami suggested Totori. So my dad's currently in Singapore. So I'm asking if he can bring back Totori for me. Thanks for the recommendation, Kami. Trauma is the third thing you don't talk about. I don't think trauma was in the list. But that makes sense. You don't talk about such things with people you just meet. Never discuss Niji Sanji ever. It's a nightmare. You can endlessly debate about such things because nobody ever has a full picture. Nobody really knows the ins and outs of what happened. You know what I mean? Go through Jesus Christ before he sacrificed himself. Wait, what do you mean? Why did you say that suddenly, Jacob? But yeah, I mean, I think you can argue about religion all you want, politics all you want, but there are two things that you should remember. Let people live their lives. It's not yours. I mean, they're the ones who, they're adults. They can have their own consequences. They make their own decisions. If they want to live life that way, then so be it. If they are happier that way, so be it, right? And then the second is the fact that, look, you can't make people listen, right? You can't make people listen. So, what's the point of arguing? Because religious people most don't yap so much. What do you mean? You asked your dad to bring drinks. How would he bring it through customs? I mean, he's gonna get it through duty free probably. So he's gonna get it at the airport, I think, if he actually finds it. By the way, if you guys are like uncomfortable with what I talk about on stream or don't agree with me and don't like it, it's okay to also just leave. Just saying. Yeah, just putting that out there. I think you should unpack all your important baggages as fast as possible to new people. Otherwise, it gets harder later on. No, but like, you know, okay, arguably, for that, should you unload your baggage early? Sometimes people just aren't ready. You know what I mean? So it's really maneuvering around these things. Yeah, it's more like social experience, I think. It's situational. Yeah, it's situational. Hi there, Mr. Jeans Kawaii. What's up? Yeah, it's situational. I personally don't do that. Yeah. If it comes up in conversation, like, let's say you're having a drink and then it comes up in conversation and you're having an amazing discussion about it, sure. But like, you don't just randomly bring it up, I think. I don't think that's particularly wise from my personal experience. And just like how you don't trauma dump to streamers, I guess. It could bring vibes down, and it's... Yeah, it might accidentally bring the vibes down, you know? So you gotta be careful about these things. Stories people just drop their baggage within a few minutes of meeting people. I guess it's relatable due to lack of someone listening. I do notice that though. I feel like I said earlier before, that the current society is getting very much more individualistic, right? I do feel like there's a lack of platform for people to talk and discuss in general, right? And I don't know what can be done about that. Talk about dried flowers and herbs which are suitable for making healthy teas and such. But I'm drinking whiskey. I like whiskey. I'll drink tea in the morning. I was beaten by my parents as a child. Let's play Fall Guys. That's fucking crazy, Jack. That's fucking crazy. I like my red wine in my grills. What do you mean in your grills? For a lot of folks, I imagine there isn't a sense of safety to share your struggles with those around you. Always the underlying fear of it being used against you. Trust is lacking. And also, I think there's an issue in general vulnerability, right? Yeah, like, it's still... If you meet someone from, say, casually from a business meeting, right? You gotta keep up that professional facade. You cannot be seen as vulnerable. That is the general adage, right? You cannot be seen as vulnerable. And I think in general, like, being vulnerable is just not really... You know, when someone asks how you're doing, the easiest answer you can give, or like the reflexive, the immediate answer you give usually is, I'm good, how are you? Right? So there's just this normalization of everyone being okay. And thus vulnerability is very much... not really observed or appreciated or even seen at all. Wonder why you want my name? Thank you for the follow and welcome to the Deep Blue. And I don't know that's why I think the fact that, at least I believe, or as I have observed it, I think therapy is becoming more common, but also at the same time, therapy, if not like supported by the government or something like that, it can get quite expensive. So I do wish that there comes a day where it's in society, there are more platforms to talk about these sort of things, right? Even unfortunately for me as a streamer, I talk a lot about life, but even I stay away from topics that are personal like that, you know, like about trauma dumping and stuff like that, because it worries me. I am not a professional and I can't be caught liable for something that happens within my community because I'm really just a streamer, an anime girl on the internet. I do not have these capabilities. That's why I'm quite stern about these things as well, because I'm worried that it's just out of my control, and also I just really don't have the skills to handle such things. So it's, as much as I think it's very much lacking and I would like there to be an improvement, I can't, unfortunately. Yeah. Most of the time it's better to hold your problems. Oh, I missed that. Buddy was bringing him back from his trip. 2 cases. I missed all the chat. What the hell? 2 cases, 8 piece per case of Yamazaki 100th anniversary. Do you have a recommendation of something more he should bring back? He's bringing back a lot. What the fuck? What the fuck? That's crazy. Are you allowed to bring back that much alcohol? Ask Kami. Kami is someone who's very much versed in drinks. 100th anniversary? You could get the celebratory hibiki, the recent one with purple color. What's it called?
Drink some water.
Purple. What's a purple hibiki? Hibiki Master Select. How much is that? Oh shit. Oh shit. Yo, my dad actually gifted me that, and I was like, no, Dad, you can drink it. It's okay. It's for you. Now I'm looking at the price. I should have taken it. The Master Select. Holy shit. I regret not taking the gift. Oh, no, never mind. I saw it wrong. It's only like 150 bucks. Never mind. I thought it was like 10k. Holy shit. I saw the price wrong. The other one that's like 10k-ish is a 21-year-old hibiki. Bootleg Tadpole, Tornado Spin, and K-Song. Thank you for the follow, and welcome to the Deep Blue. Welcome to the Deep Blue. I remember important most people give it, and at the same time they don't care for honesty. The truth about religion, yeah, like I mentioned earlier, I mean, people are gonna listen to what they want to listen. And that's the thing. As you grow older and you get more mature, that's one thing you realize. You can't make someone listen. So you gotta be careful on picking your discussions and arguments. You know what I mean? So you gotta be careful. Sometimes it's just not worth it, because no matter how much of a fucking thesis you spout out, they're not gonna fucking care. They're not gonna listen. Oh, you're a sommelier. Monsieur, I love Chianti, by the way. It's in my law. If you give me an offering of Chianti wine, you will have good luck with romance. If you offer Chianti wine to my shrine, it is for the matters of the heart. So if you happen to have love life problems, you offer me Chianti. Yeah, I don't think you could bring back... I didn't know you could bring back so many bottles of liquor. You heard about neuron computer. Literally a computer made from human brain cell? Wait, how? Neuron computer. No, that's new. What the fuck is a neuron computer? Are you Hannibal? What do you mean, am I Hannibal? Wait, a neuron computer. Let me look that up. These living computers are made of human neurons. But the question is, right, guys, even if you put together a human brain, would it be able to function as a human with a soul? That's something we never knew, right? Like consciousness and how it relates to the brain. Very much understudied. There's not much study about that. Consciousness and the psyche, or like / the soul. There's not much study about that at all. Sinrail of Raycos, thank you for the follow and welcome to the Deep Blue. tattoos on her thighs and hands, was sitting in an anime pose. She had your name at the bottom. Why, thank you. I would happily be held by a hot anime girl. Are you an atheist enthusiast? How did you get to that conclusion? I'm agnostic. Like, it's more like I don't care. If people enjoy religion, so be it. But for me, I'm okay living day to day without religion in my lifestyle. If there's a divine being up there, then cool. If not, then that's cool too. That's some existential horror right there. Where would the soul be? I don't know, like wait, I didn't know Chianti is the preferred drink by Hannibal. What the fuck? I accidentally stumbled upon Chianti because they ran out of, like, what was it? They recommended I went to an Italian restaurant and then they recommended me a Chianti wine. And I was like, oh, what's that? Sure, I'll try it. And then I tried it and it was like the best thing ever. And ever since then, my preferred wine is always Chianti. Or Negro Amaro. It's one of those two, but I still prefer Chianti more than Negro Amaro. Should I talk about soul, spirit, and logic? No, let's not talk about that. I really don't want to get into discussions about religion that may accidentally spur into arguments on chat. Because once again, I'm just a streamer, I'm just a content creator. There are limits to what I prefer to discuss on the internet or publicly streaming. I wouldn't mind discussing it from like current studies and stuff like that, but from a religious perspective, I'd rather not. Concept of consciousness as soul is really interesting. If we like transfer the brain from one body to another, will the new body retain previous consciousness or just override it? Right? It's very interesting. Like, you know what happened to who's the Boku no Hero guy with a lot of hands on his face? The guy who is voiced by Tsukishima from Haikyuu. Yeah, that guy, basically. I mean, he pretty much got his consciousness overridden, right? It makes you wonder, does it actually happen like that in real life or not? Tomura! Yeah, Shigaraki Tomura. Yeah, Shigaraki Tomura. What do you think about ghosts, by the way? If they exist, so be it. I pray that they don't fuck me over, though. That's all I think about ghosts. Google Noira the sea fox last night and it showed me the same woman that I dreamt of. Wow, Erasia. Aren't you smooth? The guy with hands on his face. Do you guys not watch Boku no Hero Academia? Or My Hero Academia? I fully believe in reincarnation. God, I hope I don't get reincarnated into a fucking bug. I think if I got reincarnated into, say, a cockroach, every day I would be like swearing at my existence. Holy shit. Assuming that my consciousness is still there and my previous past memories are still there. I can't imagine getting reincarnated into a bug, man. Soma? Yeah, don't give me any horror games, please. Thank you. Oh, nah. Did you not see how fucking freaked out I was by mouthwashing yesterday? And apparently you guys say that mouthwashing is like one of the milder horror games compared to others. What if one of the tidelings within the deep blue is blessed of a third eye and say ghosts exist? Would you believe it? It's not that I don't believe in ghosts. It's more like I don't care. Just don't fuck me over. Even if there are ghosts, then I'm lucky that I don't have any particular abilities to see them. So I don't really care. It's more like, it is what it is, you know? You'd be the cutest roach I'd ever see. Nah, I'm pretty sure Matara-kan is cuter, honestly. I was gonna shoot my shot today. You know the Curry meme that was like Steph Curry, Stephen Curry meme that was going around Twitter for a while back? Where you post the image of Curry shooting his shot and then you tag your Oshi and try to say brave things to them. I was tempted to do that today. I was tempted to shoot my shot and tag Matara-kan. Can we do a Yap stream together? I was tempted to do that, but like, I was like, nah, that's not gonna happen. That's never gonna happen. The guy with the basketball of the moon. Yeah, that's Steph Curry. Steph Curry. I thought about what life will be after death, and I came to the conclusion that we will always live because we have consciousness. So after death, we will have another consciousness. So life never ends. So there's what my ex was a Buddhist, and he became a monk eventually. He was Thai, so it was like Thai Buddhist branch or whatever you call it. I'm sorry, subsector or whatever. And he said that there are some things that you shouldn't think too hard on, because it will drive you crazy for no particular purpose. One is life after death, and two is the universe. Because you could think all you want, but at the end of the day, it doesn't matter. And it's only just gonna drive you crazy. And every time I delve into certain curiosities that involve, you know, life after death or the universe, I get reminded of that. Yeah, you shouldn't... I think, yeah, there are just some things in general that you shouldn't think too hard of, because it's just not worth it. We love Noira in every universe, even when I'm a worm. Even when I'm a cockroach. Hi, Ompong. Even when you're a sea worm, even when I'm a sea cucumber. Even when I try to shoot my shot with Matara-kan. if I actually collab with Matara-kan one day, it's me facing my fear of cockroaches, I swear. It's like exposure therapy. Just join the Discord. Welcome to Not the Cult Discord. Yube, Shinro, thank you for the follow and welcome to the Deep Blue. In another universe, maybe we aren't a cult. That's crazy. You'll have a cockroach cult. That's crazy. That's crazy. You just made coffee to get with some work done? How much work do you have for you, Ompong? All I can say is you need to balance intelligence with wisdom, brain, and heart. Or, you know, the video of me telling you guys or giving you guys tips of how to live authentically according to my opinions or according to my experiences. How about that? What was it? Being brave, being mature, and being wise. A combination of that. Your combination of that. I think to figure out how to fully live life the best way you possibly could, you need to find out your own balance of living authentically. Through that, how much of bravery do you want to incorporate? How much of wisdom and how much of maturity, right, guys? Magnus, thank you for the subscription on YouTube. We love you even if you turn into a yokai. Oh my god, if I turned into a yokai, I'd be a hot yokai. So I'm sure, yeah, you guys would love me. I'd be a hot yokai. I'd be a hot fucking demon, man. We'll have to pay taxes for the collab. Taxes? What taxes? Cockroach taxes? We'll definitely not shrine. I'm always hot. Why, thank you. Thank goodness I'm not at boiling point, though. You don't want to boil my sea ears and get sea fox salt, right? I mean, technically, I'm pretty sure you guys do, but like, don't do it, okay? Aren't you already a sea fox yokai? When the fuck was I a yokai? No, I'm just a sea fox. I'm just a sea fox, man. These ears are also magical, so I'm not like a demon or anything. Volcano hot. Why? Do you want to see me boil, bro? What the hell? Don't start drying me out to produce sea salt. I think Noira is a blue Samoyed. That's crazy. That's crazy. I'm a dog. I'm sure sea fox salt would go for millions. I don't know, man. I don't know if I can beat the market of Himalayan salt. It's pink, bro. And you know pink sells. Alright, guys. Let's stay on topic. Alright? Let's stay on topic. Himalayan salt's so good for blood flow. Is it actually? Wait, what is actually... When I go to like fancier steak restaurants, they always give you like Himalayan salt compared to like normal salt, and I don't know why. I can't even taste the difference. Am I just uncultured? What's the difference between Himalayan salt and actual salt? If Noira was a yokai, she'd have a thick body, a long tongue, and cat pupil eyes. You know what I want to be? I want to be like a tiefling. I think I want to be a hot tiefling. And I also want to be a hot orc to get the whole RGB spectrum. You know, red tiefling, green orc, blue sea fox. 3 transformations of Noira, RGB. Opens blood vessels if you drink it in the morning. Most salts taste similar. Only slight differentiations in terms of taste. Wait, really? Opens blood vessels? Does like regular salt do that for you? Do we invest in blue salt stonks? What do you think this is? Crypto? Yeah, I think I'd make a hot tiefling. You know, I figure for some reason after I debuted my VTuber, I see a tiefling. And I'm like, wait, why didn't I become a tiefling instead? Why am I a sea fox? Fuck, I want to be a tiefling. So yes, a part of me is kind of sad that I never became a tiefling. But also, I'm happy as a sea fox. I'm happy as a sea fox. Like the orc from the WoW movie? Wait, was the orc from the WoW movie the hot one? I can't remember. But World of Warcraft orcs, like female orcs, are very hot. Next thing you know, you want to be Ariel from Little Mermaid drinking whiskey in a sea of ciggies. In a sea of ciggies. Look at the stuff, isn't it neat? Wouldn't you think my whiskey's complete? Wouldn't you think I'm the girl who has everything? Noira, what's your currency? What will my currency be called? Why do we have currency? I'm not a bank. I'm not a financial institution. I'm not a cult. Why are we talking about currency? We ain't got no currency. See, salt coin. Oh, you know, there's actually... You know, when we were like figuring out fandom names, one of the fandom names was actually Sea Drops. One of the options. And then I googled it. Sea Drops is actually a cryptocurrency. So, if I had a cryptocurrency, it'd be Sea Drops. I'm gonna take that trademark IP from their asses. Have a good one, Shinobi. 40k orcs ate awesome. You can do anything as long as you want to believe it. Wait, what do you mean? What do you mean? You voted for Tidelings? Yeah, I mean, no, officially. I don't think have I announced it on the stream? I forgot. But like, the fandom name officially is Tidelings now, guys, by the way. I haven't really communicated it everywhere because I figured we'll just wait for like the full branding. But it's because the most voted one was actually Sea Pups. However, Sea Pups is already some other VTuber's fandom name, and I would like to respect that. So thus we are not Sea Pups, we are Tidelings. And honestly, I think Tidelings is pretty fucking cute. Now the question becomes, when you think Tidelings, what shape or form or creature do you think of? I would like to hear what you guys think. Is that a level 1 cult follower? How can I level up? If you'd like to level up, you need to start by spreading out the pamphlets. And then don't forget to also give your daily offerings and also your tithings for when you watch other false idols. You need to give that into your tithings. Yeah, about like $10 for every hour of false idol you watch, aka other VTubers. That's part of your tithings. And yeah, spread the pamphlets. Slime, turtle shrine, small waves, turtle slime. That's crazy. That's oh okay, same person. Horseshoe crab is fucking random. We have pamphlets. Not yet. A tribe of nomads, a slime ghost type. Oh, baby jellyfish is cute, isn't it? I was thinking of a slime as well. Well, anyway, you guys know, funnily enough, I'm actually getting it designed tomorrow with an artist that I really like. So you guys need to give me ideas, all right? Because in my head it was like, maybe it's blobs or like some sea cucumber, sea snail. I don't know. Well, because like I think one of the requirements is that I want this titling form to be very plushiable. Like it should be a decent plushie when one day it gets produced as a merchandise, you know what I mean? So blobs would be like the perfect thing for it. Like, have you seen Narissa's jailbirds? They're like perfect as plushies. So that's what I thought of. But also we'll see. Marketable Noira? Yeah. Commercial shit, bro. Blob plushie. And you know the great thing about blob plushies is you can throw it at people. It's cute, isn't it? So you can buy multiple blob plushies to throw at people. Like it's a Nerf gun. That's highlights are the reasons your glitters on your deep blue socks. I don't have fur. You mean my hair? Why would you guys want to be amoeba to my hair? Oh, wait. Which tend to make your glow blue. Do you want to be microbes? Nah. I mean, you guys have to be of sizable size, you know? Like, visible. You can't be that micro. Look, I've been trying to offer my gifts of whiskey, but damn it, the stupid post say, but sir, we can't deliver to the sea. Well, I mean, have they tried though? Have they tried? You know, do you know that sometimes when people send messages and letters in bottles, there's also like a good part of people who just like put bottles that drift out to sea. Or what do you reckon happens to all those pirate ships? Where do you guys reckon the rum goes, huh? Where do you reckon the rum goes? The ocean doesn't just clean itself. There's an alcoholic in there somewhere. We can be a sea salt slime on Nora's shoulders. That'll be cute. I'd give my balls to Turbo Granny for a blob plushie. That's mad. But also, you'd be mad strong if you gave your balls to Turbo Granny. Hey, I'm not naming any names. But I'm just saying, there must be an alcoholic out there somewhere that has to clean up all the alcohol that's dumped into the sea by failed cruise ships or like failed ships in general. Fish are having parties. I want to be hot sea 2D guys, so Noira is satisfied. Unfortunately, I'm already satisfied by a lot of the current hot 2D guys. Okaran is very hot in his Turbo Granny thing. And also, I have been blessed by Jujutsu Kaisen. Yeah, Jujutsu Kaisen is honestly the harem of the year for like anime men. Jesus Christ, it's like the equivalent of Chainsaw Man for like straight guys, you know? Like the women are amazing in Chainsaw Man, but like Jujutsu Kaisen in there, guys, oh, it's amazing. It's amazing for people who love 2D men like me. Drunk fishes swim around, ramming against each other. Why does that sound so cute though? If I pour my drink down the what? Also, I do not live in the sea, by the way, guys. I am not a mermaid. I actually live above ground level, okay? I have a shop. It is not in the sea. It is actually on concrete / wood. Right? I'm not a mermaid yet, okay? I do not have any law that says I'm a mermaid. Maybe one day, we'll see. Maybe one day I'll get cursed by a hot mermaid boy and become a mermaid, like the reverse of Little Mermaid. Possibly, maybe. But until that day comes, no, I'm walking on 2 bare feet. I don't have any tail. I am not aquatic. Probably the sea cucumber. They sound like they'd be alcoholics. What about the sea slugs? Wouldn't the sea slugs be more alcoholics than the sea cucumbers? Or maybe it's the sharks and the fishies. That's why they turn into fishmen. Maybe. That's why Arlon became who he is now, man. That's why Arlon was such a little bitch, because he's actually an alcoholic. From all those sunken ships, it all went to Arlon, bro. Fucking drunkard alcoholic. Isn't a hot man mermaid called a merman? You're right. You're right. Jujutsu Kaisen has awesome girls too. True. I love who's Shoko? I love Shoko. Nobara is amazing too. And the girl on the bike, black hole girl, she's amazing too. A lot of hot ladies. And also Mei? Was it Mei? The one with the big, was it axe or hammer? Yeah, that girl. The one with the whole thing with her little brother. Yeah. A lot of one-sans, right? I reckon I could be in Jujutsu Kaisen. I reckon I could have my own domain expansion. I mean, I already have a shrine. It could be my malevolent shrine. Up against Sukuna's. Though I'm probably gonna get owned by Sukuna just because he's hot and I give him a handicap. I'd let him do anything to me. It's Sukuna. I need to catch up with One Piece. I have not caught up with One Piece either. The last arc I read was still Wano arc, man. So I have a lot of catching up to do. I didn't even get to see the whole Kaido thing, even though it was like marketed like crazy and I saw spoilers everywhere. But like I never even got to the point where there was a Kaido fight. You love Meimei? I'd allow myself to marry her. Would you let Meimei kill you? I would let Sukuna kill me, bro. I think I'd be happy. Domain expansion, anime MILF summons. Would your domain expansion be like Dagon? Wait, which guy's Dagon? Why is it in my head that Dagon is like someone from Rurouni Kenshin? Oh, that guy! The octopus guy! He was so cute when he was chibi. Damn, would I be waterbending? I don't know. What would my domain expansion be, guys? You just finished Fishman Island arc. Oh, that's far away. That's far. But yeah, what would my domain expansion be? Ryoiki, thank God. Have to pop into work. Have a good one too, Monsieur. Good having you here. Have a good day at work. Thanks for joining in and visiting. Did I hear someone mention Dagon the Deep One? Does he have the label of the Deep One? Isn't it just Dagon, the little octopus guy who turned very buff at one point? Tsunami? Oh, Tsunami would be nice. Hearing the mention of Rurouni Kenshin makes me feel very old. Oh, shut up! Shut up! For some reason when you said makes me feel very old, you know what immediately came to my mind? My Twitter join date, because we were talking about it the other day and I think that was like the most recent conversation we had about being old, and you guys say that you guys are like what, 6 or 9 years old when I got my Twitter account. Fucking crazy, man. Have a good day, J Marks. Have a good one. Thanks for visiting the Deep Blue. Domain expansion, self-improvement arc. Well, that's not too bad, is it? Arc status. Okay, Ompong, if you go to my Twitter now, look at my Twitter join date. How old were you when I joined Twitter? Gotta go just take a final? Math. Okay, I'm calling you Math. Yeah, thanks for dropping by, Math, and good luck for your final. Hope you enjoyed your time here. Your domain will be your bar and anyone in there will be drunk. Oh, that's a nice crowd control, isn't it? That's a nice CC. That'll be good. See, you were 9 too. That's fucking crazy, man. Y'all are young. Oh my god. See, this is why you should call me One-san. Right, guys? One-san dayo? Yeah. 9 is crazy. Oh my god. What about your domain being something like the river scene from Lord of the Rings with the water horses, but instead it's foxes? Oh, that's cool! Or like the shit straight out of Elsa Frozen 2, the one with the horses, like it's controlled by Poseidon. Ooh, or maybe I should get Poseidon powers. That'd be nice. Like, you know, in God of War, the one where he fought against the Titans, and Poseidon just appears with like a chariot of these water horses, and it looks majestic as fuck. I want that. I want that. IRL time check? It's only 11, Ikazen. We still got like 40, 50 more minutes. We good. Some auntie vibes coming from this waterfalls. I'm not an auntie, I'm an One-san, please. I'm always older than you guys. And like I said, you guys don't even know if I'm immortal or not. So like maybe age doesn't really matter, you know? I mean, this wisdom doesn't just come from anywhere. It comes from experience. And maybe I'm immortal. So maybe I am the right cult leader. Maybe I should be a deity. Okay, nah, this is why I don't get away from the cult allegations. I need to stop joking about this shit. Thank you for the hydrate. I shall drink. We're not a cult, guys. We're not a cult. When you're about 23, you see everyone below you as baby and then everyone above you all old. Domain expansion? What was it? Wait, I missed chat. Wait, I'm scrolling down. What was the domain? Leviathan's Wrath sounds fucking cool. We're not a cult, guys. We're not a cult. Drink what? I was drinking whiskey just now. I finished my whiskey. I'm gonna drink some water because unfortunately, as much as I'd like to believe that today's the end of the week, it's not. I'm pretending like it's the end of the week on stream, but unfortunately it's not. Isn't she? What? Yes, I'm always older than you guys. I think I poured too big of a shot. Are you okay, Genjitsu-sama? No, we are also not a mental health group. We are VTuber Enjoyer Anonymous. VAA, that's what it is. VEA, VTuber Enjoyers Anonymous, that's what we are. What would your curse technique be though? What would my curse technique be? Can I waterboard people? That'd be amazing. Oh, if I could just like waterbend and waterboard people, that'd be amazing. But then I can't kill them because it's salt water. Because, you know, salt water doesn't kill people when you waterboard them because it's good water. Like, it's sterilized and shit. I would have pulled out my soju stash. That's why I was asking earlier. Like, come on, guys, you want to drink with me? And then, like, only some of you guys took out your drinks, which is fine, by the way. If you guys want to still drink, yeah, go grab your drinks. But, like, in moderation, yeah? Prepare a glass of water with you as well. A triple is crazy, Genjitsu. Do you have work coming up? Or, like, is it a free day and 3 hours ahead of you? VEA, so close to C. Fucking waterboarding is literally Noira's main torture method. No, it's my main baptism method. Drinking coffee at 11 p.m. and I am so cooked. Drink more water so you can flush it out of your system if you want to properly sleep, man. Humans are 80% water, 50-60% water. Waterbending would be OP. Yeah, that's why bloodbending was fucking banned in Avatar. How would bloodbending like Avatar? Yeah, see? Bloodbending would be fucking awesome, wouldn't it? That'd be fucking awesome. A physio appointment tomorrow? Physio is fine. I went to the physio very hungover. It was like the best thing ever. It was so good. I fell asleep. Because she was like treating a few tense points and she was basically massaging me and it was like amazing. It was so good. I fell asleep. You popped up in my feed and I love you already. Oh, thank you, Anthony Hunt. Well, I hope you enjoy your stay here. It's too late for me to pull up my soju stash though. I'm still streaming for another 40-ish minutes, mate. So you have some time. You have time. Coffee is good. Yeah, bloodbending would be great, wouldn't it? Yeah, that'd be great. Should we have a ritual where we baptize people by waterboarding them in the sea? Like the Greyjoys? Not a cult, guys, not a cult. Okay, I was joking. No, stop. Stop. Okay. I really need to stop speaking out my mind, bro. 14 minutes is enough for me to finish a bottle. Don't finish a whole fucking bottle. Drink in moderation, guys. Genjutsu, if you're drinking some more, drink a glass of water first, okay? Drink a glass of water first. I'll pour myself a little bit more whiskey as well. Just a tad bit. Just like maybe half a shot because I don't want... I'm old. I get hangovers, unfortunately. My metabolism is fucked. So, I'll be right back, guys. I'll be right back. Let me pour myself another shot of whiskey. Give me a sec, yeah? Give me a minute. Behave, chat. Okay? Behave. Be right back. Tadaima. I'm back. Hello. What were you guys talking about? Did you guys behave? Did y'all behave? I only poured like another half shot. I get that. Ancient is like old. What do you mean ancient is like old? We're back, bitches. Let the debauchery begin. Excuse me. Here at the Deep Blue, we're not about the ratchet times. Well, maybe. Some of you guys get drunk and, you know, sometimes I have to oust you guys out and sacrifice you to the blood gods. But like, other than that, not too often. What we do is we talk, right? We talk like civilized old people. We talk like civilized adults. No cult talk was had, good to hear. We don't have to be ratchet. We just gotta be our own kind of wild. Ah, yes, like talking about philosophical concepts. Oh, that is so fucking wild, man. That's like the most ratchet I've ever been. Lychee flavored sounds good. Fuck civility, that's like responsibilities, but okay, I can work with that. We love hags here. Damn. Six Wolves, have a good one. Thanks for dropping by. Well, unfortunately, you're leaving so early, but yeah, have a good one. Have a good one. Sacrifice to the blood gods. Ah, yes. I guess you have not watched that stream when we played Tavern Manager Simulator. Every drunkard we had in at the tavern, we would sacrifice and plunge him into the depths of the lake. What link are you linking, Kami? Why is it not appearing? Ask Crown to post it, whatever it is. What is that? So, yeah, we would always bring the drunkard's body to the lake and chuck him in there. Like, I don't know how many of you guys know what I'm talking about, but how many of you guys played Harvest Moon? So, I would plunge them into the lake as if they're an offering for an ancient god. Yes, Harvest Moon. What version of it? The OG one, bro. The PS1 version. That's how old I am. Well, obviously much older because, you know, you guys don't even know how old I am. For all you know, I could be immortal. So just popping around YouTube. Alright, have a good one, Six Wolves. Thank you. Have a good one. Can't believe none of you guys have played Harvest Moon. Seriously. But I have played... How do you guys... Why? I don't know if it's just the cultural difference or you guys are just young. Holy shit. Have you played Wild Arms? No, but I know of it. Is it... I wonder if it's named as something else in, like, other regions. Oh, Story of Seasons. No, it's Harvest Moon. Yeah, Harvest Moon. She was there when the event fire. Yeah, bro. I mean, why else do you think I know so much about, you know, neuropsychology and like referencing to the ancient times and shit like that, and why we should maybe possibly consider returning to monkey to a hunter-gatherer times? Obviously, I was there when they invented fire and when they invented the wheel. Oh, finally, someone actually played it. Nice. Noira is as old as the Sphinx, guys. What if I'm older? You guys won't know. Do people not know it? Yeah, I'm surprised. It's very fun. It's very fun. Even now, I still want to play Harvest Moon. You just turned 46 today. It doesn't matter. I'm older. So call me Onesan still, man. We caught our Sea Fox in 4K. What did you guys do? What? Wait. What did you guys post? I'm worried. You clipped me. Cult leader? Wow. Yo, actually, I was thinking, what do you guys think of this? Should we start recording quotes? Like, you know how some streamers, I noticed like Divi does it too. Like, you could like have the bot record quotes for you. But like, I'm thinking of how to do it. I need to figure it out. And maybe we could chuck it onto Discord or something like that. Or we could do it manually. Like we have a Discord channel for it, and then you guys just can type it up there. Sounds like a fun idea. You really want quotes? I don't know. I'm honestly quite worried of getting quoted out of context with the amount of shit that I say. I think throughout the whole career of my VTubing, I think I have said a lot of questionable things. Oh, good God. The OG name is Harvest Moon, but due to licensing, they have to change the name to Story of Seasons since 2014. What happened to the licensing though? Is it Bandai Namco? Did they have like some licensing issues because of that? Or did they get acquired or something? That would cook with that and would make a whole nother other like skit for the show, right? We all fucking entertaining people as... I'm not sure I understand your sentences. I read that twice and I'm not sure what you mean. Did you mean... Yeah. Natsume owned the title to... Ah, it was Natsume! Ah, okay. So I bought it on Switch as Harvest Moon. I think it's on my Steam wishlist to play the Story of Seasons, the newest one. But like I haven't gotten around to it. Thank you for the head rub. And the other thing that's on my Steam wishlist is apparently there's this supposed I wouldn't say reboot, but it's like a good descendant of Suikoden. Because I never got to play Suikoden back then, and I've heard great things about it. I was thinking of getting it. I can't remember what it's called. AU Chronicles? Is that what it's called? AU 10 Chronicles. Any of you guys know Suikoden? I just witnessed a woman ripping her husband's side chick's wig off. That's wild. If you took a video of that, you'd be viral on TikTok. Are there any Suikoden games on Steam? I don't know, but like apparently Eiyuden Chronicles is the closest thing to Suikoden. So you guys would probably check it out. And currently Steam is on sale too, no? That's why I decided to get mouthwashing as well. Is it? Oh, I don't know. I haven't checked. It is on Steam then. Ah, yeah. Then I guess Eiyuden Chronicles is more so like the more modern version of it. Wait, sale has finished? Oh, good. Man. I was gonna buy a few more games too. Fuck. I missed out. Fuck. Bloody hells. Thank you for the subscription. 6 wolves. And welcome to the deep blue. I only bought mouthwashing for this Steam sale. I was gonna get Path of Exile. And Path of Exile is... I don't know when the fuck it is releasing. When is it releasing? I want to play it. Because I actually like those kind of games. Like Diablo and stuff like that. I wanna do Path of Exile. Should I? Thing is, like, the game's kind of expensive. Let me check my Steam right now. Tomorrow if you get early access. But when is it officially launched? I also saw Mutara Khan actually tweeting about it. Oh, it's like about $40. Looks like Path of Exile 2. Yeah. $40 pretty much. Add to wish list. I want to play it. It looks so fun. I remember my Diablo days. Those were fun. How did Noira get the chat to display both? Oh, I use Restream, which is like this app I use to stream on both platforms. I stream on 3 platforms actually. On Twitch, YouTube, and Twitter. Yeah. And it's nice. But for Twitter, I stream on Twitter, but honestly, it serves as nothing. It's more so like because I got lazy of posting going live announcements on Twitter. So I just decided, okay, I'll just stream live on Twitter. And then that way people will know I'm live and then they can come visit if they want to. Path of Exile 2 isn't free to play. Yeah, it's not. Because I know the first one was free to play, wasn't it? Yeah, the second one isn't, surprisingly. Oh, I don't like their UI though. Why is their UI like that? Their UI still looks like an old Warcraft 1 era UI. Like StarCraft UI. That's what it looks like. You thought you only stream on YouTube and Twitch? I mean, those are the main platforms. For Twitter, I stream on Twitter just more so as an announcement that I'm actually live. So I don't have to make like any more going live announcements, you know? And you know, I can't believe I had like so many doubts of streaming on YouTube, because back then when I used to stream on YouTube, I hated it because there were a lot of kids. I don't know why my streams back then got recommended to a lot of kids. But now I'm in a good place, thankfully, because I think the general demographic of people who watch my content and happen to find me are like a more older demographic, which is really nice. It's so much peace of mind to get like a more mature group of viewers and chatters. You have no idea. Back then I contested the whole idea of multi-streaming to YouTube because I just had so many shitty experiences with so many attention-seeking kids watching my streams on YouTube. So thanks guys on YouTube for watching me on YouTube and being an amazing bunch as compared to those bloody kids. I do not want to deal with kids on the internet. Don't forget you're still maidenless. That's not correct. I now apparently have female viewers. A few, maybe one or two in chat. Female viewers, can you like put your hand up in chat, please? Even when you're lurking. Please prove my point. Maybe I am maidenless. Successful on both YouTube and Twitch is a good feat. Yeah, it took me only 2 years. The Mad Hatter, thank you for the follow. Welcome to the Deep Blue. There you go, Kira. Thank you for not making me maidenless. Thank you for rebuking my maidenless status. But yeah, I don't know. YouTube took so much grind and effort and investment this year. Because I think I only went full throttle on YouTube this year. But hey, you know, with everything that has happened and with the amazing bunch that you guys are, it's all worth it, you know? Honestly, I'm surprised. I thought I'd never see the light of day where I'd grow, because it felt like it was stagnant for the longest time. But now, you guys being here, and some of you guys still just happen to stumble upon my stream and having it as the first time encountering me on stream, it's something, you know? And I really appreciate it. I really thought that, I think it's because I've been grinding for so long that I just expected nothing. So now that there's actually some modicum of growth / success or whatever, I'm surprised. And I'm very thankful. Bring a more mature audience because you talk about real things. Chat emulates the stream. Is that the saying? Thank you. I actually thought that I brought in a more mature audience because of my VTuber model. Because it's not cute. Because it's not kawaii, bro. And also the way I play games, because I'm not particularly gremlin. The code remains strong as ever. Nah, but still, you guys, even, like I always say, you guys don't even require much moderation and you guys are always cool. So that's amazing. How is it not cute? No, I don't know. I feel like my model compared to like a lot of other people's model, I feel like it looks kind of intimidating and not kawaii, you know? It's like not moe at all. So your wisdom / advice videos. After generally enjoying a few of those, made the decision to subscribe, so keep it up. Thank you, Ninja. Well, I hope I don't disappoint you either, live on stream. It's hot as. Do you have other models? I do, but like it's the can model and the blob model. But also I'm getting a new model, so yeah, look forward to that. Apparently we're getting design sketches tonight, so I'm very excited. Model is more on cool side than cute for me. Yeah, see what I mean? Like I think my model looks cute. Meanwhile, other people looks cool / almost intimidating to some people. I have been told that apparently a lot of content creators who want to talk to me kind of get slightly intimidated by me. Apparently it's because supposedly I have my shit together and thus they get intimidated. I'm like, why? That doesn't make sense. But also partly I do think it's because of my model. 2D live model addict? What do you mean 2D live model addict? Are you saying that I should get a 3D? Badass? Is it the tattoos that make it look badass? Well, I hope that my new model can fulfill your expectations of what you think of me. I'm curious. I'm curious what the new model will look like for me. I expected someone who can hold a decent conversation and is a little bit of a dork. Expectations have been well met. Why, thank you. Thank you. I mean, buying too many models like a certain tungsten rat. No, I had the blob model first before I became the sea fox. So the blob model was my prototype model, basically my monkey before I evolved into the sea fox. And the can model I got gifted by Kale. So unfortunately I do not have the budget to make that many models. Just as I do not have the budget to make that many music videos. That's why I have a very limited amount of music videos on my YouTube. You love the can model? The tattoos look really cool, and not to mention the boobs, looking at it very respectfully and complimenting you. Yeah, I think that's one thing I'm proud about. My boobs are al dente. They're not too everywhere, you know what I mean? Because I get it. I like boobs and everything like that. I like aesthetics and proportions and everything. But I really can't stand it when boob physics are just a little bit too much. I really can't. I just don't like it. It's too cringy, if that makes sense. But each to their own, right? That's a preference for me. Mentally stable as a VTuber is quite the superpower. Yeah, isn't it crazy that there's like this general consensus that VTubers are not mentally well? How much budget did you have to make one of your previous music videos? For the music videos that I have, the average spending is about $500 to get original music arrangement on top of the art and the editing. It's generally about $500 per pop, which is not cheap, by the way. Especially due to the fact that, you know, I'm a small VTuber, right? I don't make that much relatively. So it does not break even. It's very much a loss. I've told you guys, right? If I account for my whole 2024, I've been in the red. My total losses for this year is about $2,000. It's only recently that I'm making some of it back and I'm getting to break even. It's only within this quarter Q4, which is thanks to you guys' generosity. It's only within Q4 that I've recently reached break even and even could turn a profit in which I can invest into my debut, my upcoming model. And that upcoming model is gonna be fucking expensive too. Fuck. I think I'm looking at it and I'm about to spend about $1,000-ish or something like that. Yeah. So, yeah. I'm worried. I'm very worried. Because I'm still asking for quotations and I haven't charted out the expenses and the forecasting. So, I'm quite worried about that. But hopefully I can budget well, hey? It's gonna go up if you keep it at this rate. Hopefully, fingers crossed. VTubing is so expensive. But also... honestly, my goal for VTubing was just to break even. Like anything that happens after that, I don't mind. I just want to make content. So the fact that in this year I've reached that, the fact that I could break even, I think it's a mad achievement already because I did aim to reach break even by November, I believe. And I did that. I managed to do that. It's been 2 hours since I was last here in chat and it's midday. Please don't overdo it, broshi. Don't neglect your eep. I'm good! Thank you. Aww. You're cute. You're a very cute Scarling, aren't you? I reckon you treat your Kamiyoshi much better. I'm jealous. But thank you. No, I'm good. I still have a bit more whiskey left, and we still have a bit more time left on for our stream, so we're okay. I accidentally spilled some whiskey. Hold on. Let me get some tissues. Do I have a plan to release another music video? Probably not, but I do have a plan to do a cover. A cheaper cover, probably with my model and not like an actual music video. I don't think I should do another music video until I have the funds to, unfortunately. Can you do other colors on your current character? I love the blue. I was thinking purple. Can you change it like that? I probably could, but it's more like I've never done it. And I have never tried even doing it. Yeah, I'm sure like some of you guys are like, Noira, I want to see goth Noira. Fair, but I've never done it. I probably could. Yeah, I think all VTuber models, you could probably do that. But the thing I don't like about it is that I feel like the colors come off a little bit off. You know, like, you know when you play a game and then certain colors just look too solid, that the textures don't show? Like, it doesn't look natural in the setting. I feel like that's what happens when you recolor a VTuber model for the most of the times. And the colors could change with the presented emotion that becomes cool, right? Yeah. What's that that's movie about emotions and everything? That recently introduced anxiety as one of the emotions characters in your brain. What's that movie called? Inside Out. There you go. Yeah, Inside Out. Tears of blood will look good on your model's face structure. Tears of blood. Wow, is someone like picking trouble with Twitch side? I treat my Kami Oshi the same. Well, then I am honored. Thank you. Goth Noira is a must. Hey, if you want to expedite the process of Goth Noira, you know you could always make fan art for your Sea Fox goddess. I'll stop. Mood ring Noira is crazy. And every time you put me next to a hot male VTuber, I'll just turn, what, red? What am I, a boiled shrimp? That'd be crazy. No, it showed too much emotions. Yeah, you guys will be able to read me as a book, like a book. How much does one need to fund for Goth Noira? Shit, I don't know. It depends on the artist? Question mark? The reference sheet is on my website, noira.me. Shit, are you guys legit doing it? Honestly, I do want to see what I look like as a goth. Noira.me on my website down below. You see that? There's in the menu, there's profile. The reference sheet is there. So many options. But yeah, unfortunately, like, you know, making VTuber costumes takes time and is quite expensive. It's not as cheap as like getting art. So if we want to see like alternate outfits, honestly, the quickest way is to get a fan art. Like, I was thinking of getting fan art of two things in particular. One was in a goddess outfit with like two tidelings holding up my boobs like Aphrodite from Record of Ragnarok, because I think that's awesome. Second one is I want to get an outfit where it's like you know, mafia sort of vibes, like a button-up white shirt with like holsters, leather belts and shit, and like tight black pants and stuff like that, and boots. You know what I'm getting at? Yeah. That. Thank you for the hydrate. I shall drink. Holding my boobs. Have you guys not seen that? And like as Yakuza Noira, I want like one of the tidelings to actually light up my ciggy with like a Zippo lighter, just like presenting it to me like it's an offering. That'd be amazing, wouldn't it? So button-up shirt, garter belts. That's the word I was looking for. White button-up shirt, garter belts, and black pants. That's basically it. Do I hear Zipper? Yes, you heard right. Hello, real Pinky Beans, the one and only T3 titling ever in the whole life of in my whole Twitch existence. The only T3 ever. Crazy. By the way, I'm getting you a special emote, Pinky, for T3. Yeah, I think you'd like it. Wait for it. It's gonna be done maybe by next week, hopefully. That jacket is complicated. You can put me in whatever, man. You can put me in whatever. You can put me on R34 for all I care. If anything, I'd appreciate it. any sort of fan art is appreciated. I'm not gonna lie. Take your time, love. Aw, thank you. Yakuza ponytail Noira would be dope. Damn. And then like, oh yeah, with my tats showing and shit like that. That would be quite amazing, huh? Did you guys know that I'm on R34? I know a lot of you guys are new here, so a lot of you guys probably don't know. Ompong, who was here in chat earlier, I don't know if he's still here. Ompong was the one who drew it. He asked for my permission. Noira, can I make R34 art of you? I'm like, yeah, I am honored. Thank you for asking. That's how you know you've made it in the VTuber sphere, when someone makes you R34 art and posts it. So I was very honored. The source is on... The nuclear codes are on the subreddit. Or just look up Noira. I'm there on R34. Green is ones with membership, while grey are just viewers. Wait, what are you talking about? Green is one with memberships and grey are just viewers? Oh, you mean, the names on YouTube. Ah. Yeah, if you would like to become a tidling, you would have to become a member or subscriber. If you would like to become one of us. I'll go look for? Yeah. Can't find the join on my end. I'm on mobile. The join? Do you mean Discord? The join for what? Or do you mean the R34? There's only one R34 art, I think. I'm just a small VTuber. Just a small, tiny VTuber. Don't worry about it, Ninja. I don't really like pressuring people to joining, honestly. Just join if you guys feel like it. It's like, you know, when you see a busker on the street and you reckon they're fire as fuck, and then you tip them, just think of it like that. I really don't want to pressure my viewers to financially give monetary contributions. Soon there will be hundreds. What do you think about that? I would be proud. Damn. And I think I would be very proud if one day there was a doujin of me. Oh my god, that'd be amazing. Because I've seen that there are actually doujin and hentai of VTubers. And I think it's fucking amazing. My fave ones are of Botan and Hosho Marine. So one day if I get a doujin, I think that's how you know the Sea Fox has made it up there. Shit. Hi there, David Sims. What's up? A doujin would be amazing. I mean, I'm pretty chill with all these things, so I don't mind. Probably couldn't find any probably just that one guy. Yeah, there's only one, as I know it. Unfortunately. Well, if you guys want more, you just have to pray that we slowly grow to the point that we get more R34 art. How would the story go for doujin though? I don't know. That's not up to me. That's up to whoever makes it. We'll go get more followers for the cult. Damn. For what? R34? For R34 content. I spend super chats instead, less of a commitment. Dude, it's fine. Any sort of like financial contribution really means a lot to me. Because it goes back to like, you know, operational stuff, mostly editing. And whatever extra right now goes into my 2.0 debut, which isn't fucking cheap at all. So you guys are really helping me. You'd be okay if someone makes an NTR doujin of you. I don't really mind. It's just fiction. I don't care. I don't mind. Any doujin really, I don't mind. I'm pretty chill, like I said. It's not as if, like I said, you treat me like an anime girl. like an anime character, a fictional character. I'm cool with that. But like with my content and when I'm live, just know that direct interactions with me is by an actual person behind that. That's all I expect. But like outside of that, I really don't mind. I'm going to go read manga before break ends. Have a good one. Nightly scarling. And may I send your Kami Oshi, your queen, my best regards. She recently got a 3D model, no? Is it out yet? Did she debut her 3D model already? How about I treat you like a person? I feel there's a lot of that lacking in life. I mean, sure. Treat me like an anime girl, or treat me like a VTuber, treat me like a person. Just, yeah. You'll know when I'm uncomfortable with it. I'll call it out. But most of the times I'm pretty chill. Just be generally respectful and cool and all, you know? Who is your favorite One Piece character? Trafalgar Law. I love Trafalgar Law. Oh, he's so hot. God. I even wanted to get like that tat on my knuckles in real life. You know, the death tat on the knuckle that Trafalgar Law has. Oh God, I wanted that so bad. Fucking love him. Almost 1 a.m. for me. Good night, Chat and Noira. Have a good one, Captain Thomas. And have a good day. Thanks for dropping by. Have good rest. People have started protesting for fictional character rights, so there's that. I mean, wait, oh, you're not wrong though. Technically, you're not wrong. I love Ace, but you know, yeah. I think a lot of people loved Ace. I mean, Sabo's pretty cool though. Sabo's pretty fucking cool. Fahan, get in the perv cage. About to meet midnight. Wait, are you in the same time zone as I am, Jack John? Because I'm about to reach midnight as well in 9 minutes. Are you GMT plus 7? It's nice, hey? I always love the Zatsus that we do. It's always so nice. It's nice chatting with you guys, especially over drinks. But even without drinks, it's always like a fun time. Sometimes I get worried that I'll run out of things to yap about, but I never really do. So that's what there's a Funko Pop in the back. Ah, yes, it's a Trafalgar. Yeah, you noticed the Trafalgar Funko Pop in the back? Yeah, that's my boy. For me, it's 1051. I use dongs as currency. Wait, dongs. That's actually terrible in English. What is that? I actually don't know that currency. I guess I don't know that much about the world. Oh, Vietnamese. Wait. Oh, right. I just realized that I never knew what the name of the Vietnamese currency was. What the fuck? I have like a few Vietnamese friends. And I was actually thinking of going to Vietnam for like a trip. But I never realized that the currency name was dong. What the fuck? I do mama. See, I've learned these from my Vietnamese friends. And I think the signature curse word that I would say was like "tu ma ăn cơm," which means shut the fuck up, eat your rice or something. Yeah, I used to have a lot of Vietnamese friends in Sydney. And I love that, the "tu ma ăn cơm," shut the fuck up, eat rice. I need some dong when I get there. Damn, bro. Damn. Getting your priorities right. Yeah, I actually never knew that the currency of Vietnam was dong. Is it pronounced dong or like dong? Like in Mandarin, because like in Chinese, you pronounce D's kind of like dong, which is not like dong. Do you get what I mean? Is it actually pronounced dong? Or is it actually just something totally different from all that? It's dong as in ding dong. Oh, like literally dong. Okay. Like Mandarin a little lower. Dong. Dong. Okay. Alright. Huh. I see. It's the good thing about streaming, I think, that I really enjoy is I get to meet people from all around the world and so many different cultural backgrounds and so many different experiences that I can always get to learn something new, you know, in chat, and I really appreciate that. We're seriously going to talk about Dawn for the last 10 minutes of the stream, I guess. Sure. Okay, we have 10 minutes. Ask me anything, guys. I'll try to rapid fire reply to everything. We have a few more minutes left as I finish my whiskey. Ask me anything. Don't be afraid. I'll tell you if I'm uncomfortable with the question. I'm still EP. I just literally woke up just a few minutes ago. What time is it for you, Pinky Beans? Meanwhile, I'm having whiskey right now. How do you actually get everything done? By time blocking nowadays. Time blocking and waking up and not doom scrolling. That's basically it. Why is the sky blue? There's science behind that I've totally forgotten. But there's a reason. Google that shit. Countries you want to visit. Vietnam! I actually really want to visit Vietnam. New Zealand. My friends are asking me to go to New Zealand together. The US. I've never been to the US at all. So a lot of places. I don't think I'm that much well traveled. So there's a lot of places I want to visit. You asked about Scarl's new 3D. It's hot as. Of course it's hot as. Scarl's. One thing I have to say about Scarl though, her thumbnails are crazy. I cannot take it. It is very much not my preference. If it is other people's preference, sure. But like I don't like that sort of thumbnail. You said 1051 just now. That's a little doxing statement here. Who, me? Oh no, I'm fine with people knowing where I'm from. I'm from Indonesia. But like, that's as far as it gets. It's 11:56 right now. What's your thought on the geopolitical situation in the Middle East right now? Okay, I'm not answering that. But it's also mostly because I feel like I don't have a well-rounded opinion on it, because I don't think I have researched or read up enough about it either. So thus I'm not confident with talking about opinions that I am not well-versed in. It is Jet. Lawrence, thank you for the follow. Welcome to Deep Blue. How about visiting somewhere snowy, considering you're coming from a country where snow is not a thing? I have visited Switzerland when I was like very young. It was pretty cool. I was in Korea, but that wasn't for winter. When I was in Australia, yeah, I visited the snowy mountains. I mean, snowy countries are pretty cool. Yeah, I wouldn't mind. It sounds like fun. Favorite bird? Blue jay, like Mordecai. I think they're very neat. What is your opinion on quantum physics? I think that it's very interesting, and I would like to know more about how small particles can go. Because it was only recently that we started talking about the Higgs boson. But recently, I believe, there was like a newer, smaller particle that was defined. I forgot what it was called. I only remember the Higgs boson for some reason. I think quantum physics is an interesting field. And I'm always interested to read up more about it. Sometimes it's a random rabbit hole that I end up watching on YouTube. I'm jealous of you. I haven't touched any snow in my... Oh, well, time to save up and possibly travel to a snowy place. You miss Cartoon Network. I miss Cartoon Network too, honestly. I love Courage the Cowardly Dog. A Regular Show fan? Yeah, Regular Show was one of the shows that I watched quite a lot because I thought it was so stupid. Regular Show was fun. I really like Courage the Cowardly Dog show. I really like Dexter's Laboratory. Yeah, I miss Cartoon Network. Yeah. Oh, we still have 2 minutes. We can still do some more. Wait, also, why is chat not appearing? What the hell? Oh, yes, quarks. Thank you. Yes, I meant to say quarks. Thank you. Yeah. About quarks. Now, I do wonder if like things can go smaller than quarks, hypothetically. Hypothetically, I'm sure it can, but like, I mean, quarks are technically also hypothetical. You know what I mean? I just wait for the day that they discover something smaller than quarks, and it's gonna blow all our minds. Favorite whiskey? Right now? Yeah, I would say Hibiki. Hibiki 12 year, it's not that expensive, but I like that. Time to save up for China's Harbin Snow. Oh, by the way, be careful. That the Harbin Snow Festival is fucking cold. You might get frostbite. Like, you can't feel your fingers kind of shit. So you gotta be careful, okay, when you go there. Quantum be like, everything is a field, nothing is real, our reality is fake, my brain. It's so fun though! Quantum physics and quantum mechanics is so fun. What's a quark? No, a quark. Sorry, my accent is getting to me. Quark. A quark. There you go. My American accent. A quark is basically a particle that is supposedly the smallest particle right now that's hypothetically known to men. Previously it was the Higgs boson particle. Now it's the quark. They say it's the smallest. So everything is made of quarks. Quarks. Hibiki is a good choice, bit on the high cost edge of medium cost whiskeys though. Yeah, I mean, I like my Japanese whiskey though. But also, if you ask me for the best cocktail that I like to drink, it's probably barrel-aged Negroni. Recently, I brought my friends out to drink barrel-aged Negroni at a local bar that does it. And when I brought them there, we ended up finishing the whole barrel-aged Negroni. I was so sad. Yeah, it was so good though. It was so good. Barrel-aged Negroni is just so good. If you've never tried it, do it. It's like Negroni with a smoother taste, but the smokiness is also smoother, but it doesn't reduce it. But when you expect for that hit of alcohol to kind of when you expect that alcohol to hit you, it doesn't hit you at all. It's very smooth. Barrel-aged Negroni, so good. I don't drink alcohol. It's nice to be free with its influence, but just not often. Yeah, I mean, everything in moderation, guys. I also limit myself to drinking once or twice a week. As much as I can get access to alcohol, I prefer not to. Where did you get this jazz playlist? I compiled it myself. If you want to get a jazz playlist, something to listen to, just go on YouTube and look for jazz streams. Yeah, jazz streams, like lo-fi jazz streams or work jazz streams, cafe jazz streams. Because my jazz playlist is actually non-copyright. If not, I can't use it. A classic, but I hate gin, sadly. As a whiskey enjoyer, have you had a blood and sand before? No, I have not. What's a blood and sand? The thing is, like, me as a whiskey enjoyer, I'm not particularly a whiskey purveyor. I'm an enjoyer, but I'm not a purveyor. AKA, I have certain preferences, but I wouldn't know until I try them. And it's not as if, like, I know the names of a lot of whiskey. But I know the types of whiskey I like, which is mostly the smooth one. And I think there's a trend as well with the type of drinks that I like. For example, even with coffee, I like pour over or like V60 coffee, the manual brew ones, because they taste smoother, closer to tea. With Chianti as well, it's one of the more smoother and lighter tasting wines, and I love it. Same with Negro Amaro. With beer, dark beer as well. Arguably, dark beer is smoother and also less soda-y. So I think I like that kind of drink in general. Like, for example, whiskey, Japanese whiskey compared to, say, Irish is much more smoother, less spicy. So that's why I like Japanese whiskey. Scotch cocktail, really good, very versatile, because you can make it more bitter with blood oranges or sweeter with plain orange juice. By far my favorite drink to make for friends. Ooh, I'd love to try that. I don't think I've ever seen that on a menu yet. I drink whiskey with my dad. Noira's accent is weird to me, like a mix of Indo and Aussie, maybe some British in it too. Really nice. Honestly, I feel like there's actually zero Indo accent to my accent, but it's a mix of everything else. But also, to be fair, I don't know. I can't even do an Indo accent just because, like, I don't know what it is. I just can't do an Indo accent. I don't know. My accent is whatever you guys think it is. I'm just happy as long as you guys can understand what I'm saying with clarity. Honestly, I still do wish that I speak with more clarity and with more better enunciation. Hopefully, I get to improve that the longer I stream. I think streaming in general has helped me a lot, but I think it could be better. It's a very old kind of underground cocktail. A bit of an, if you know, have only seen it on two menus in 2 places ever. Shit, I really need to start looking for that then. Thanks for sharing that tidbit of knowledge with me. It switches constantly between Australian and British. Yeah. Honestly, yeah. Do Indians have accent in the first place? The only one I know is Sundanese accent. Sundanese can't differentiate between F and P. I mean, if you're talking about like Javanese accent, there is Madok gitu loh. What's Madok in English? I don't know, man. But like, there's a certain every language that they try to speak, that accent is always prevalent, even with Mandarin. I know, because I had like some Japanese friends speaking Mandarin, and I thought like it sounded kind of funny, but you know what? It's not their fault. Indonesian accent in general, though, I don't know, and neither can I emulate it. Madok is thick accent, yeah, sure. No, it's not even. Yeah, sure, thick accent. Thick accent, like marinated accent. Like the blood and sun and barrel aged Negroni, they don't sell that in my country. I think I have to order that online to get it. Dare. What's that? Who threw water bottles at me? Oh, it's so late. Garug, thank you for the subscribe on Twitch. Thank you. You are now a timeling. Guys, can we please welcome Garug as one of our newest titlings? Welcome! And you're one of us now. Thank you for the subscribe on Twitch. You guys are so cute. Y'all are so fucking cute, I swear. Anyway, we gotta call it. I finished my whiskey and it's still a work day tomorrow. I have some service people visiting to fix some stuff. So I gotta wake up quite early. Oh fuck, am I in a cult? No, we're not a cult. We're not a cult. We just like parroting things. We're not a cult. Not at all. Nah, that shrine over there, that's just, it's nothing. It's not a cult. But you know, I always accept whiskey, wine, and dark beer offerings. But we're not a cult. Okay, guys, let's call it, shall we? Thank you, everyone who dropped by the Deep Blue. Forgot 2D Men. Oh, yes, and also please attach pictures of 2D Men. Thank you. Thank you for dropping by the Deep Blue. I hope you enjoyed today's Zatsu. I hope you enjoyed today's free talk. And don't worry, don't forget that if you miss me, you can always find me on YouTube. I post a lot of videos on YouTube, be it shorts or like clips or whatever. There's a lot. If you miss me, find me on YouTube. There's also like a cornucopia of VODs if you guys want to watch that. But yeah, if you like the stream, I'd appreciate it if you drop a follow if you're on Twitch, or subscribe if you're on YouTube. And thank you so much for all the new titlings who have become one of us today. There's actually quite a lot. I really do appreciate it. And I hope I don't disappoint. I really hope every single one of you guys enjoyed your stay here. I stream 3 times a week. Always the same times. Quite consistent, thankfully. And that's at 10 p.m. GMT plus 8 if you're in Southeast Asia, like Singapore or like the Philippines. And that's like at 7 a.m. if you're in the west of the US, or 9 a.m. if you're in the east of the US, or about 3 or 4 p.m. if you're in the EU. Now, if you want to find more about me, you can go to my website, which is noira.me, which also has my reference sheet and a tidbit of my lore. and basically just a lot more about me in general. And also, if you want to get notifications for my stuff and talk with the community when we're not live and stuff like that, basically the main community hub is Discord. That's where it's at. So do join in Discord, and I promise you it's not spammy. You can pick what sort of notifications you want on Discord. So do join in. I also have a subreddit and stuff like that, but basically you can check all that on my site. All right, guys, let me find someone to raid. If you guys want to join in the raid on Twitch side, if you guys want to join in the raid, you guys would have to come over to Twitch side, because unfortunately I can only raid to one place. Let's see. Who shall we raid today? Dareka. Let's see. Let us raid. Wait, I'm looking. Let's just raid into Lulu, who's playing Words. Wait, is she sleeping? No, she's live, right? She's playing Words on stream. Oh, she's so cute with her short hair. Let's raid into Lulu. Raid Kuromia Lucian. Thank you guys for joining in. And don't forget to drink another glass of water before you go to sleep. Yeah, and kind of just flush that alcohol out. We don't want you guys to have hangovers tomorrow. And we always practice this, always everything in moderation, right, guys? Because what's the point of extremisms, truly? Anyway, guys, thank you once again, and I'll catch you guys next week. And don't worry, I'll be posting videos tomorrow and for the rest of the week. Bye. Have a good one. See ya.